everyone.
What's going on, y'all? Hit a 1 in the chat if you can hear us. Let us know if you can hear us. Go to the
comments.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. We're back.
Welcome.
I hope that we can be heard, but you know what? I can do it with my phone, too.
Okay.
I can see, but
man. So today, we got so much to talk about. Okay. You guys see the title, Imploded Submersible. We're going to talk about the Social Proof podcast. We're going to talk about Pocket Watcher with JT a little bit, Tasha K and Simone and Rashid, and a whole lot more. Okay.
Guys,
I'm Demeter Joe. This is my sister.
Unicorn.
Make sure you follow her and me. Our other social medias are in the description. We need to get these numbers up, okay?
Yes. So as soon as you come in, hit the like button.
Yes, as soon as you come in, hit the like button.
You know, somebody said
the vibe is hype over here, okay?
We're all the way live. We're all the way lit tonight because there's so much to talk about. But there was one of my close friends has said like they hate how when you watch people's videos and they're like subscribe, like it's like I want to make that decision for myself, but I also feel like I be watching videos.
You're gonna like
it, and until they say before we get started, they're
like
and subscribe. I'll be like, oh yeah. Sometimes I'll get to the end of a video because I'm like washing dishes or something, and I will not have liked it. So that reminder is real. It's necessary.
So listen, okay, so it depends on the type of content that I'm watching, okay? Because I watch all kinds of content, all right? If you're not an avid watcher of YouTube, but you like to watch certain things on your streaming devices, what do you call it? Like, what is Hulu and Netflix considered? Platforms? Streaming platforms?
Yeah.
YouTube got a little bit of everything. You can get news on YouTube. You can get, a lot of times it comes out, somebody come out with a video before the shit even hit the streets. But you can watch mystery. There's a whole bunch of mystery and funny shit that happens on YouTube. So I just always be confused about people who don't like.
Okay, so if you're a person who doesn't watch YouTube, then you don't see me. I'm invisible because you're not watching YouTube. But if you're here for the first time and you don't watch YouTube like that, please comment below and tell me what are you doing with your time, because I don't understand how much time. Like literally, I do other things while watching YouTube. So YouTube doesn't really take up a bunch of my time like by itself. I typically am like,
it depends. I could go on there for a recipe. I can go on there for a workout.
I'm always doing something else while I'm listening. I'd be at work listening to it. I'm like,
what's up, Ellen?
Doing all type of stuff. Hey, Ellen. Oh, it's so good to see you, even though I can't see your face. It's so good to see you. You know what I mean? Anyway, y'all, we got a lot to talk about. We need to get started because.
And it's not going to all be funny, but I probably will be laughing.
No, it's actually, this is a pretty
dark.
I
will be laughing most of the way through. It just depends.
This is a pretty dark show if you really think about it. But
if you look at it on paper.
We got some stuff to say.
But Sean didn't like it.
Anyway, well, let me just ask you. I know we don't normally do this, but like, how was your week? Has everything been going good in your week?
It's just been flying by.
Okay.
It's just busy.
Because this is a holiday.
Busy AF.
Okay. All right. Well, okay.
How was yours? I'm sorry. I gotta be polite.
It was good. Same.
You still here? You made it through.
Same. So it was a couple of days there that it was a little hairy there for a minute. It's not like I didn't think I was gonna get through, but I almost blew up on people at times. Like, you know how you want to say exactly what's in your mind? Like, I should just say that to you right now, right? Mm-hmm. And then you realize, that's not kind, or that's not.
I can't do that.
That's not kind.
That's a good option.
Not even like I wouldn't want nobody to talk to me like that, but just like, why would you say that, right? Like, I almost sent the email today and I stopped and I was like, that's not even what I want to express.
So you do this though. You do this. Like, you should have just typed out what you wanted to say.
Mm-hmm. I did. I ended up deleting. I did.
Okay.
But I didn't. Yeah.
That's a little trick. Like somebody at work sends you an email, and in your mind, they're a dumbass for whatever's in this email.
Yeah.
You can type whatever you want to say. Just don't hit send. Just type it, look at it, and give yourself a little.
And this was like an external vendor that emailed me today and was asking for a meeting. It was weird. Anyway, I'm not even going to talk about that. But it was weird, and I almost sent something that, I wouldn't have been penalized for, but it wouldn't have brought joy to that person's day. Okay. So I was just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to be nice because we all have that option. So anyway.
Well, let me tell you, since you went and told that. Let me tell you what happened
but
today.
It's hard sometimes.
Let me tell you what happened
tell
today.
People exactly what's on your mind.
I had a situation where it appeared that I said what was exactly on my mind, and it insinuated something, and I had to go back and kind of make sure that it wasn't. Sucks. Pete, it all happened in 2 minutes, okay? I was emailing this lady confirming something, and then I sent an invite out. So when I sent the invite out, she responded and she said, oh, I'm sorry, I just sent an email too with the visitor instructions on it. So I sent she said, I didn't realize you put them in the invite. I'm like, well, doesn't everybody? Because everybody's in the invite, is going to get that.
But she wrote that out.
She sent another email and attached it as well. And then she came back and instant messaged me and she said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had included those inside of the invite. Oh, okay. So I sent them twice. I was like, oh, no worries. Better twice than not at all, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes I said, because I need you to do that because sometimes for that one time I may forget. So then I said, after I looked at the invite, I emailed her and I said, I don't have two people's names. And I was like, and no problem about that. Everybody, I said, no problem about that. And then she said, she sent me the person's name. And then I wrote back and said, not everybody reads all the invites, so I'm glad you sent the email. But when I read it over, I was like, damn, she could think I'm talking about her. Not everybody reads the invite, LOL.
It's and okay
that the whole sentence, right? Right. And then when I sent it, and I looked at it, I said, oh, shit, she might think I'm trying to talk about her, but I was really talking about her email, but she actually sent the email because she didn't read the invite. So then I had to send another message, I didn't mean like that. And I said, fuck it, what I meant to convey was, right. She was laughing. She was like, no problem, whatever, and so I was just like, that's crazy.
But I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes you don't know how something comes across with words. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's hard out here in these internet streets. Yeah. But anyway, all right. Listen, it's also hard out here in the real world. So the first story that we're talking about tonight is about. Look at me.
Oh damn! I forgot about that. Do you want me to move it?
No. We're good. I can. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it, but you need to see it.
We got a second. Well,
why is it right there?
Well, I'm about to pull it up on the screen right now. So, y'all, we having an old ass conversation. Did y'all hear that? I'm about to pull it up on the screen right now. Like, what in the hell? Am I 50? It's okay if I'm 50 because 50 is not that old actually. But I felt real, married couple-ish right there. But anyway, present. That's what I need to do. So this situation is crazy as I don't know what. What do you think about it? What are your thoughts about? What did you first think when you heard about it? When did you hear about it? People know what I'm talking about. Well, I guess it was no, it wasn't yesterday. It was maybe 2 days ago because this and we're talking about if you can see the screen or if you can't. We're talking about this crew in the submarine. How do I do this? I'm watching.
Do this right here. There we go. Oh, push that one right here.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then
here's the thing, guys. I heard about this and I heard they were billionaires and stuff, but I realized that they all made the decision to go to that submarine. But now you can't see it.
Yeah, I can't.
I'll use the look at it right here.
No, that's crazy. Can you see it though?
Fine. Better? Put it back over there. It's fine.
My sister's so helpful. We couldn't see it though, and I can't.
Oh, you can't see it either?
Well, I wouldn't not to read nothing.
We're talking about the other screen. Oh, I was just gonna pull it up right here. You see it on the screen?
Yeah. Okay. That shit is all
right.
2 font.
Okay, so we're gonna
so you can read them words right there on the screen?
No, you're absolutely right.
I was about to say, man, my eyes really are bad.
Anyway, look, while we figure that out, let's just talk about the fact that these people went down here in this, you can't call it a submarine. What is it?
It's a submersible. Now, I have heard of the term submersible, but not in the sense of an actual vehicle that you would get in to go down somewhere. So it's called a submersible, and
they went down there to, I guess, look at the Titanic.
The wreckage of the Titanic.
Now, here's when I heard about it. And this is what you asked me. I heard about it when they still had they still have 50 something hours of oxygen. And I thought to myself, oh, and they already heard something from they know where they're looking and whatever. And then some guy comes online before they found out what happened.
Was it a press conference?
No, but he was saying like, they might be in the Titanic. Like if the thing is in there, then they're gonna have to get an arm, like a robotic arm down there. And he's like, and we don't have enough time for that.
Which is crazy.
But I think the saddest thing about this, and like I heard about the stepson.
That day I watched that day I watched the press conference, and dude, he really wanted to get up out of there. You could tell the guy that was speaking at the press conference, I can't remember like what his position was or whatever, but he didn't really want to answer no questions. He couldn't really answer no questions. He conflicted himself a little bit, but then he got on out of there or whatever. But back to you.
No, it's really sad because what I keep thinking about is the last few hours. And so now anybody who doesn't know, they were found and they're not alive.
They found bodies?
Well, they said that
they just found debris.
It like imploded or something.
And they found debris.
Yeah, so we don't know. They could be somewhere.
So we're gonna talk about that in a second. Let's say what happened.
Well,
because I have two ways to look at it.
Here's what is this? CNN?
CNN.
CNN says this is Titanic.
See, she got to leave it right.
I do.
I don't want you to have to do that. Let's fix this.
There was wreckage, right? So they found some debris. Right. Okay. So
they found some debris. Where did they find the debris?
They found some debris near the Titanic, and it's the they think that the vessel imploded
about 1,600 feet away from the bow of the shipwreck. So
they're still down there.
That's my thing, right? I want to know. I have questions. Okay.
I have questions.
I want to know: was it debris that just sank to the bottom? Or was it debris that was floating? Because I don't know how long this shit was floating. And then, okay, let me know when you're ready for like the two views that I got or the two angles I want to look at it for. Because all overall to me, this is weird.
Yeah. Now that I said it out loud, I did feel a little silly when I was saying it. Like, there's debris and we've assumed that these people. First of all, you know what's really weird? I've never seen these people. Sorry, no disrespect, but like I don't even know these people, and I'm thinking like it's very sad just because I'm a human being and I recognize that. You know what I'm saying? But it's so weird how I'm hearing these stories, and I'm assuming that everything that I hear is like a fact. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know. If I'm being honest with you, it's like, you woke up or you walked in somewhere and somebody tapped you on the shoulder and said, hey, 4 people that you never met before just died in the ocean. And it's like,
that is not funny, but I have to laugh because of how your hands were on your hips. But
that's what happened. It was like, wow.
You have a point.
Wow, that's really sad.
Because to be honest, it's real. We don't even really know if that happened. I'm not trying to say that I believe anything. I'm just saying this thing opens my mind up to a lot of questions, and I just let my mind go.
Because did you see about those aliens in Las Vegas? Was it Las Vegas?
I heard about that. I heard there was footage. I don't know where it was. But then again,
I saw some crazy ass.
But like I said, that's something that we heard about. And those people seem to exist, but we really don't know for sure if these people exist.
Did I see the footage that I saw?
No.
It was like, and now that
I didn't see it.
Okay, I saw some footage weeks after, but like these days, I be seeing stuff all the time. And now that there's like AI and stuff, you don't know what you're really looking at, especially if it's on screen.
You don't.
Because you could literally, like, they could.
But I mean, listen, like,
and they could even hologram stuff in some places. And then I'm seeing these 3D billboards that look really real. So imagine what you could do with a screen. You know what I mean? So I don't know what I saw. But anyway, I was just saying that, no disrespect to the people who lost their lives.
So let's start on that.
We don't know where they are.
Let me start on that.
If they escaped, and then we're just assuming.
Let me start on that with the two views I have.
They could be shipwrecked somewhere.
Okay, so the first view I have is right? Yeah, these people went out and they disappeared and they died. Now the human connection thing, right? When you tell anybody that it has a regard for human life, that somebody died, you automatically feel some type of, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if we didn't know that, right? And no disrespect to that situation. No. It's not saying that, but it's like we didn't know that it would not have that feeling. But now the feeling that we have, knowing that the facts that are out there are these people went down there was a 19-year-old on board and they have not been found, and the thing reportedly imploded. Like, that makes you feel like, damn. Yeah. It doesn't make you think about why they did sit right there for or whatever. It makes you think about, like, damn, 5 people lost their lives. Yeah. And we don't know, like, how quick it was, what really happened. That's one narrative. That's one scenario. Yeah. I get it. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watch a lot of YouTube. And just like you said, I don't know what I'm looking at sometimes. So now I'm like, let myself think about it a little bit further, right? Yeah, so I'm like, all right. What else could have happened? Right. And I don't care what y'all say, judge your mother, but one of the things that we could say is, okay, first of all, if you're a millionaire, or not a millionaire, but if you're like a rich person that has an heir, right? You're not supposed to travel with each other for obvious reasons. If something happens to you, something happens to them. So it is weird that they were traveling together in something like this, which seems like a suicide mission to me, because they were locked in from the outside, because that's how you do it. Yeah. And that's just, like, why would you do that? I can't imagine how it was on board in that tiny little space. It's not like they were in there in luxury, like they were sitting on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, it was like a minivan as well.
It was the size of a minivan, yeah, but it was small inside of there, right? And so they had the 96 hours of oxygen, and they were doing this countdown. Now, they lost connection with the ship that helped them get out there an hour and 45 minutes into the descent. It's supposed to take 2 hours to get down there, right? My thing is, the questions that I have is, how did they use the bathroom when they had to go to the bathroom? Like, were they, like, I don't know how you do that when you're diving, or what do you have to, do you not have to pee when you're in the water?
How long were they supposed
to
be out
work
there?
If you're inside of something and your body's not in the water that you don't have, I don't know. So I want to know that.
How long were they supposed to be out there? Because Gilligan's Island, they were on a 3-hour tour.
Well, it takes 2 hours to get down there, and I guess it takes 2 hours to get back. I think the thing is designed to only go down and up. And but it did have a controller that was kind of like an Xbox controller.
Yeah, but that looked like it could have ran out of power.
So it leads me to my other questions. Was it hackable? Was it Bluetooth? Like, what was going on with that? Okay, so further putting on my tinfoil cap into the conspiracy theories, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I gotta do it. I have to do it. Okay. I have to do it, because could it be that they are somewhere? Like, can you open the door to one of them things safely and escape somewhere else? Like, I don't know how that works, but if it did implode, that means some water got in it, and when you have like something in the water like that is under all that pressure, it's just going to explode. Now, the other thing I have about that is, when something implodes, is everything like burnt up? Are things like on fire in the water? Like, they couldn't find a shoestring of nothing. I don't know where these people are. But my thing is, it's something fishy about it. But
all right, let me say this.
With my other, so the other narrative, and then I'm done. The other narrative, because I want you to speak to all of this. The other narrative is a spiritual thing, right? If you're a spiritual person and you believe that it's souls that were on the Titanic that are down at the bottom of the sea.
Oh, I didn't even hear about this part of it.
They were going down there to see the wreckage of the Titanic. So that's where all those people perished. If you're a person that believes in souls and things like that, right? What are you doing? Like, why are you down there? They could have been like, why are you down here? Oh, you want to be down here? Well, just stay down here with us. I don't know. I want to know when it imploded, because if it imploded, like when they lost connectivity, an hour and 45 minutes, like, did it happen then? Because if that's the case, how was the stuff so near the Titanic? Did they get stuck inside the Titanic? Like, I feel like it's a possibility that could have happened when they lost connectivity and they stretched it out, because it's hard to probably tell a family it's hard to probably tell a family that, oh, they're gone and just exploded, and they had to use the rest of that time to come up with whatever they're doing and make it work on the human connection, like we're looking for these people or whatever.
Guys,
I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there, okay?
I need a tinfoil hat for real, and it's this one that makes me feel like that. I need an actual like ball cap that's like a hat that looks like this tinfoil, but it's actually comfortable.
She said, "Shout out to Rashi."
Check this out. Oh, we about to talk about that.
That is crazy.
Listen, okay, but look, And now I'm starting to look them up because do you remember a few months ago, somebody was like, hey, we're filming in here. So, what? So then, you remember a few months ago, somebody came out and was like the heads of like crypto or something, they all just started to die. It was like, oh, this person got stabbed, this person drowned in the ocean, this person,
she has a simple hat, guys,
did this person did that, and then a little while ago, the dude from like, what was it? It wasn't it was some like startup in San Francisco, and like they were like, oh, the brother of his lover killed him, stabbed him in the alley, but he was like a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like he
I don't know what that
okay,
is. What was the Cash App dude?
It might have been the Cash App dude. But
then people were saying that they said that, but he ain't like not really dead. Whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. Thing was interesting to me.
We weren't here for any of these
I'm
things.
starting to look up because like now I'm just realizing that I haven't even looked up these people's names.
Going down the rabbit hole.
And I did know that they were all billionaires.
Here we go.
Right? So now we're in the fucking tinfoil hole, guys. Screw the hat. The hat is off. Now I'm trying to figure out who are these actual people, right? Because Hamish Harding is a billionaire. And I did know that these people were billionaires because they had to apparently pay like $250,000 even just to get on this janky, like,
that's the part that puzzles me. Like, if you know that it's janky, and the CEO fired a guy after telling him that after the guy told him that it was like faulty and he didn't know what he was doing, but like, why would you put yourself in that position? But then again, people with a lot of money, I guess they take risks like that. But like, then again, like, why, if like, what were they looking for? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but check this out. Isn't it interesting that 4 people that are probably worth, billions of dollars have gone missing and we won't be looking for them based off of something that someone told you today that you don't know and you can't.
That's really a fact. We're not going to be looking for them.
I'm not going to be looking for them. They could actually be somewhere else. And it strikes me as odd that these people were billionaires. Like, I don't know if they were like set up or whatever, but it's just odd to me that like, before we talked about it, I wouldn't have thought of like, what are their names? You know what I'm saying? But then I realized that somewhere I did hear that they're all quite wealthy. And so how could it be that these wealthy people boarded this thing and now we'll never hear from them again? We believe it. And whatever happens after this, you know what I'm saying? Like,
nobody's looking for you.
Nobody's looking for you. So
like the other question. So look, all I got is a bunch of questions. Okay, like here's another question. Somebody keep note. I don't know what number I'm at, but like, if you can you open it when you get down there? Is it what happens when you open a submarine door? Like, can it happen? I don't know, because if it can't be, then it's like only one answer. Like, they had to have like died, or
were they even in there? I'm sorry. This is where I'm at. This is our fault, everybody. This is our fault. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just found out about
that's
them.
The problem when you start thinking about stuff like this.
I've already personalized these people and felt bad for them, and now someone told me all of this. I don't know the person who told me. I saw it on the news. I read it. I heard it on the news, and I believed it. So it's like, but if I ever was,
that's why you can drive me so crazy with conspiracy theories, because there's so many like questions that come up. I'm just like, I don't know what really happened, but
somebody could just say, hey, we're looking for this person. Oh, they died. Oh man, that sucks. On with my life. You know what I'm saying? It's like so odd because
damn, she said over my life.
I mean, like, that's what we're gonna do because we don't really know them.
No.
But anybody who did know them saw it all together with us, and we all believe it. So
what do you think about the stepson scene partying when the news broke?
Well, now I think they must have figured out a
hacked into the control.
No. I don't know who that person is, but I also don't feel bad about, like, he was at a concert. Maybe he had something to do with this, guys. Let's look him up. No, I'm not looking him. Don't look him up. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, as we were saying it, and I was regurgitating what I claiming to know for sure. You know what I'm saying? I just realized, like, oh, I don't actually know this.
You don't know anything.
But it's odd that this.
It's odd.
Right?
It's odd. I would say that. I don't know what happened. It is odd. But I know that people
I've never even heard of anybody doing this. I know people
they're supposed to be making a documentary about that actual, whatever you want to call it, vehicle, submersible, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I know that all my conspiracy theorists out there are working hard on telling us how many angles we can look at this from.
Let's hear.
And we can talk about it for years.
Let's hear from some of our co-hosts. But I saw a video where Coast Guard said they heard the implosion days ago. I don't know how true that is or if I can even believe that. Okay. And then there are conspiracies that they fake their deaths. Okay, see, we were on to something then. I don't know if they fake their deaths, but I do always think about what's his name? What's his name that died in jail and he had all of those?
Was it?
No, it wasn't Harvey Weinstein. He's going to a special place in hell.
No,
I think he's still alive.
No, not. I didn't mean to
the
say
guy who's the island with all the pedophilia.
Epstein. Yeah.
That guy is somewhere with a great nose job, and he might even be identifying as black. He's identifying as a black woman somewhere. Lord, you know what I'm saying? Like he's. We'll never see him again, but I don't think he died. I don't think he died at all. So it's possible.
So that goes along to say, like, yeah, we hear all of these things, but we don't really know these people. I didn't see you get in the car. I don't really know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know because we watch all these. Like this goes back to the shows that we watch. You know what I'm saying? Like you remember. Why can't I remember the name of this movie? I mean, this series. It was really hot about the president. Kerry Washington was in it. Why don't I remember the name of that? Scandal. Okay, Scandal is a perfect. Why did I forget the name of that? Scandal was a perfect example because Olivia Pope's job was to spin it to the media. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say I don't think stuff like that happens. You know what I'm saying? And if these people were billionaires or whatever, some important people, then. Like, you can tell me they went down on the submarine, but I don't know that they actually got on there. You know what I'm saying? But now I know they're missing. You know what I mean? So, like, it's not even the thought of thinking, oh, you know, these people went down here and did this. Like, they may have been known to do that, but maybe this time there wasn't nobody in there. And the reason why, I don't know. I'm not going to go through
I don't know either.
But my point is, we just know these stories, and these stories impact our feelings as a human. And I feel like a lot of people now have that same heavy feeling of, damn, people lost their life, regardless of how it happened. You know what I mean? But now that makes me think about like why see, it's all over social media. Is.
And this is
and they show exactly how it would have happened.
Oh, that sucks.
So to me,
oh no, why would they show
that? Why are we looking at it? We can't stop looking at it.
Dude, I saw a shark attack on IG.
So here's my
thing,
and
I watched it.
So none of these. So when something explodes, it goes outward.
You shouldn't have watched that.
I don't watch it again. Don't tell her don't do it. Listen,
she gonna watch it if I turn it on.
At least you didn't show them, but something that explodes outward, pieces are blown everywhere. Something implodes. The things that we just saw don't always crumple every spot. Now, it looked like it would have hurt somebody. But would there not have been anything left? You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel like, this was the alien thing. You look, I sent it to you.
Oh,
I'm gonna show it to you when we the next time we look. But I think that's fake. But so
what the hell is that?
This is the 911 call. Anyway. I don't know who these people are. We just watched.
And you're just standing there. I would be running.
These things imploding. These vessels like that they showed, they were imploding. I was actually about to try to look something up, but anyway, we're gonna move on to the next topic because
it's a plot that Todd Tucker set up.
What?
You know how they say that it's a plot, it's a scheme that Todd thought up.
Said Rose and Jack ain't there no more. Okay, sorry, it's a plot that's Lord Jesus.
Man, but my thing is, who wants to, you know, I'm not even going to say that. The Titanic is a historical thing, but, I mean, I don't need to be down there in that type of situation. Like, oh, God, no. Anyway, rest in peace to them if they are gone. But I don't know, y'all. I got questions.
What if they're somewhere needing to be rescued off of an island or something? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gone.
All right, so I'm gonna go into our next topic, but honestly, I'm not going to play what I saw. Sometimes, and I think it might have been Juneteenth. Yeah, it was.
Oh.
On my Juneteenth, guys, I got the pleasure. Really, it wasn't a pleasure, but it was. I got some news on my Instagram that that Aoki Lee and her mom Kimora Lee are having this beef with Russell Simmons. This is actually his page. I should actually go to I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna show this because I don't want to show what I saw on my screen because he was like crying and it was like weird. And he does seem like the type of person that gets really angry only because he shows up really zen, right? It's just like he's probably massively angry and I'm sure he doesn't. And but honestly, I know he's up for some other charges. To be honest, some really creepy ass charges. And when I really look back at how young Kimora Lee was when they got married, I was like, this guy is throwing these. Like, what the hell? So, of course, in my mind, I'm like, of course he did it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he's accused of, which is bad. Anyway, that's not what we came to talk about. What we came to talk about was that they were beefing online. It was like Juneteenth, and I just remember thinking,
it might have been Father's Day. Father's Day.
Yeah.
Juneteenth was Monday, though. But
so Kimora came on live, and she said, "Oh my God, it's a Juneteenth. We're doing this on Juneteenth, y'all."
Okay.
And she was only this
Father's Day weekend.
Somebody else's post that I looked at, but when I realized that she was probably like 16 when her and Russ started
how she was, but she was young.
Dating because she was a young model, and the models be really young, like the models be really young. They be like 15 when they be walking them runways, and especially back in the day. And that was been like 1994 or something like that. I don't know
how old she was, but you're right.
But she was really young. Even if she was like 20, like that's too young for some 30-something-year-old. Like we just saw something like this in the on social media where somebody was saying like, that's too young. Oh, Marcus Houston. Yeah, that whole thing came out. Anyway, the point is this. They're having some family drama. I'm not going to post the family drama. I'm posting this from his page because it's like, good times and all that stuff. But like, it sucks that they're going through whatever they're going through. But I also feel like, fix it. Like, we can't do anything for you. It's like when Kanye starts spilling the beans about all the struggles he has and all that. And she's like, listen, man. You have a lot of money and a lot of time and space to figure out what's going to make you comfortable. Go and do that. Like, I feel bad for the young lady, but at the same time, it's like, you guys have enough money to go and figure that out.
Well, she was saying that he doesn't pay for any of her stuff. She lives.
I saw that.
She was talking about her living situation or whatever. Like, so it's not.
I didn't see that part. She said that
because Kimora talked and then it switched to her.
Oh, she was like crying.
Yeah.
And I couldn't watch
all that. That's
why I didn't see
it. You gotta watch it because I'm not surprised either that he's so angry or whatever because it was something always about him that just didn't always fit
discernment, man.
I used to be like, oh, that's Russell Simmons. Okay, like now I like his brother, Reverend Run. I fucks with Run. You know what I'm saying? But something about him just always did not completely sit on the table with me. You know what I'm saying? So I am not surprised. And, whatever they accusing him of, I feel like he did that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he looked crazy as I don't know what. I couldn't hear what he was saying in the video because I don't think she had the sound on or whatever. But he looked crazy and he said that he's broke and he's accused Kimora of stealing everything from him.
So that's probably, okay, now let's just be real, everybody. Everybody can take accountability, okay? There's a reason why that shit was on mute. And it wasn't just what he was saying about him. It's because they didn't want him to be heard whatever the fuck he was saying about them too. Everyone? Why would you play something? Why would you play something?
Man, tough crowd. Tough crowd. So you never screen recorded anything and forgot to have the sound on?
Sure.
Okay.
But if I purposefully screen recorded something, and that wasn't the first time she's recorded.
That wasn't the first time he acted like that. He had the camera centered right.
That was muted for a reason.
Spitting right.
It was muted for a reason, and I would like to think it's because everybody has a part in drama.
Well, I mean, we did hear him say, well, not hear him, but the part that we could make out by reading his lips, because some genius on the internet went and tried to watch the whole thing over and over. He said, I'm broke. She stole everything. Talking about Kimura. So I guess that could have been.
I feel like they want whatever it was on there. They didn't want that out there either, because you could easily put it out there. You're already putting put out a muted video of someone screaming at you.
Listen. Okay, I gotta play devil's advocate. I gotta play.
Lord have mercy.
Jesus Christ. I gotta play devil's advocate for the girl, because she does not come on, like, they have probably witnessed a lot and not said shit and been in the habit of not saying shit.
Sure.
She might not know how to do what she did, but she knew enough to record it. Who knows if there's actually sound to it? But I mean, at some point, like, it's like she had to talk about something. You know what I'm saying? She had to talk about it. Obviously, she's right about him not giving her no money, because he was explaining how he was broke.
Well, sure. Listen, guys, all I'm just trying to say is that y'all need to figure that out. There's other things happening in the world that we care about, y'all. But I care about them. I was going to say not really, but I do. I care about them. I feel like I knew them when they were young and small, and they were walking on the baby fat runway with their mom. It was so cute. I do care about them. I do care about them. So I don't want to say that I don't care, but I just feel like, okay, you know, there's nothing that I can do, right? There's no GoFundMe or anything.
She is just in her. So I don't give
it's not even like that. I do care, but there's no action item for me. So
no, nothing to see here.
Archive.
I mean, but at the same time, I do want to point out that a lot of people have been saying stuff about Russell Simmons for years, and nobody. It was a group of people, not a group of people, but a lot of other people are like, no. But like I said, some ain't sitting right, and it's a lot of people who are probably sitting back now, like, I told y'all. So that whole thing is crazy.
All right, guys. So listen, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the next topic. I just wanted to. No, I'm not even. I don't mean to do that. That's not what I was to do. Guys, listen. I'm trying here. We're gonna talk about our next topic, which is Simone and Rashid. Listen.
Oh yeah, it's a lot to be talked about.
It's a lot to be talked about, because this isn't even our main topic. But it is a really, okay, yeah, I can be real and honest. It's a really sad topic for me, because I was really rooting for them. And I still am hopeful, if I'm being really honest. Let me bring up a really good picture of them. So that this one is bad. That's not cool.
Go on here.
People are
maybe I didn't put it in there.
That's okay. I'm going to bring this one up. I just want to bring up another. She probably wouldn't like that one. Like, I know her. No, but I'm just going to bring this up right here.
That's good.
Okay.
Then go right here real quick. Go to where the pictures are. Keep talking. I just want to see. I want to see if I put that in here.
Listen, while I'm talking about this, you know, Rashid and Simone, they were Ready to Love. I think it was season 3.
I think it was season 3. It was the resort season.
4. I don't know.
It was.
I didn't watch the season.
It was the resort season when they all. It was like, I guess, when COVID, the season that filmed.
Oh wait, it's season 4. Season reunion. Is that what season they were on? Or they were talking about this?
Season 4 reunion part 2.
I started watching season 5.
Let's read that. Ready to Love season 4 reunion part 2. Rashid and Simone Ready to Love season 3 react and review. So they were on season 3. Ready to Love season 3. Well, anyway, they were on. Just put the number out of your head. Whatever the season was that was true. At the resort, where they all had to stay together, because that changes the game when they stay all in the same house together versus dating out in the world. So that season was special because of that. But yeah, go ahead.
Let me put this up there.
Hold on, I just wanted to see
if you had something over there. So here's the deal. We're going to talk about this because I definitely. All right, let me just be so honest. I'm still holding out that he's going to get his stuff together and he's going to come back and make it right. Yeah, that's great. That's perfect. I really do believe that he can come back and make it better. I don't like the fact that this is covering my face, though. So.
What? It's not covering your face. It's covering my face. Oh, you're right there. That's you.
Oh, that's me. I don't like that. Okay, wait.
God, you're crazy. Well, just put that one up there.
All right, listen.
Just click that. We're having class over here, guys.
We are having class.
And then pick whatever you want to.
There we go. That's a little better. All right, so here's the deal. I feel like, I want them to get back together. I believe that they are good for each other. I think they have like a really, it's not even like, oh, they have it's such a great love. I feel like, yeah, that's great, but I also feel like them two together makes sense as far as what they can do and bring to Black culture. Like I don't know. I feel like they're both smart, and I feel like they both have really good goals, and I feel like they should get together. But I also am really grateful for them to be especially Simone, for being as honest, because it's also a really good conversation that people should be having, but we rarely get to talk about. But this is a financial situation,
which is one of the top reasons for divorce.
So many marriages end off of this type of conversation, and lucky they found out beforehand, right? And now they can talk about it. And not only are they talking about it, but it's being put out there. Now, you had a certain thought that why he started to put the stuff out there anyway. And I agree with it in some ways. Well, really in all ways. But this needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a real situation. And we got all of these shows out here where they call it like the red pill or the blue pill, something like this, right? And it's like, this is what's happening in real life relationships. And these are the choices that we have to make. You know what I'm saying? So this is a real conversation because they're two eligible people. They're both, fun. They're both kind. Like, yeah, you want them both to win, but this is what doesn't work in a relationship. So I appreciate them even being honest about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I think they're both in a vulnerable spot because they both have to admit that, like, hey, I wasn't right. Right. And I put this relationship out there publicly, and now I'm telling you, I don't know if it was going to work for real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's a vulnerable thing for both of them.
Yeah, it really is. And, it's like, okay, my thought on it is I want Simone to make the best decision for herself, what works for her, because she did have a point about how, it's not really even about the money for the wedding. It's about your habits that got you here and that you've never done anything different. And this is what you did. So then if this was to happen later on down the line and we end up splitting, then I'm going to have to even pay you for being with me. After so I understand, like, when you over 40, those are decisions that you got to make. Like, you don't think about that if you build something from the ground with a person, or if you're younger and you have certain time or whatever. So I get that on that. But then I mess with both of them. But, I feel like, Rashid should have known better. He done sat by her doing her videos before. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. You know what I'm saying? But that's that. She still is giving him grace. And, she's hurting this or whatever, obviously. And he's hurting this. I believe he cares about her. I believe he loves her. I believe that he's hurt to the core. But I think that it's a good decision because there are things that need to be worked out. And it's not going to be worked out overnight. So when people are saying, oh, I want them to get back together, like, what are you asking her to do? Are you asking her to accept the fact that it might not work out later and then she would still have to pay for it? Or she's peeping something now and making the best decision? That's not saying they never going to see each other again, they're not going to be friends or whatever. Like, they may go on to have a great friendship and maybe somebody better comes along for the both of them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we hold on to stuff that we think that we want because we think it's right. Yeah. And it's really not supposed to be right. So I feel like they should just let it go like it is. She going to continue to do work her businesses and still be, out here jumping out in these internet streets. Because if y'all don't know, she's also into it with Tasha K right now for a little bit. They exchange some words. We're going to talk about that after this. But yeah, I feel like Rashid is a cool dude. I feel like Simone is a great person. I feel like they should just work this how it is. Make the best decision for yourself, Simone, and journey on. You know what I'm saying?
Journey on. I feel like that's a song.
Like, he knew the fuck better. Rashid, I gotta say this. You knew better, my dude. You knew better. What were you thinking?
Well,
you see her either people on the internet too. Like, she did not do that to you, which I give her grace for that.
I was asking you for.
I give her grace.
Why do you? What the reason that you think that he came out with the lie?
So maybe he realized in the latter part of the situation, once they talked and decided to break up, I think his paranoia probably got the best of him. Like, is she gonna do a video? Is she gonna go live to tell people? Is she gonna change her Instagram? Is this gonna happen? How's she gonna do this? I don't know if they talked about it, but I feel like he got inside of his head and he said, let me do a video right now and just come clean. But the problem is, like, people are not believing what he said. They think he's still capping, right? Whether he was telling the truth or whether he was lying, it still takes balls to come on the internet and say something like that in front of a whole bunch of people. So I give him credit for that. But he should have fucking knew better. But, you know, I mean, I think that he needs to just go ahead and go on with his therapy situation. You've acknowledged it. So here we go. But I think he did it trying to get in front of her, because had she done a video first and said something, would we even care what he had to say after she said what she said?
No, probably not.
We wouldn't care.
It's probably okay.
But he was also manipulating her a little bit with that video as well. I'm out.
I feel like she knows his tricks and she likes him. But with the idea is this: she did see the red flag and she did get on out of there. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people, I mean, myself included, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be transparent, like, I don't know what right now. But if I was weeks away or months away from my wedding and my husband didn't have the money, I would figure something out, and which probably would cause a bigger problem if I was with somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so because
like these are the problems that, like, you start out with a relationship and then they fester. But here's what I wanted to say. Wait, let's go back to that in a second. The thing that sucks, and I just empathize with them both, because yes, he is manipulative, but he thinks that he's not. It's so funny. I'm not even thinking about him when I'm making this comment, but it's so funny when people think they're moving in the dark, and it's like, but I can see you though. You're right there.
I fucking
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But and I think he's one of those people where he thinks like, oh, I'm so coy.
He said he
but
does
it's like,
this, okay?
Yeah, like you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what when I was watching him say that, I was like, you really think that people can't see you?
And that is the problem with even being seen in that light in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say he get points for coming out like that, because now a lot of people are like, oh, okay. Because me, for one, if you tell me that you're a liar and a manipulator, I think that's what you do 24/7. So I'm gonna take whatever you say with a grain of salt. And that's kind of how it is. But I just think that he did that because he did not know how she was going to react, and he wanted to, like, send a message to her.
Please don't roast me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that she would have even roasted him though, because she cares about him. And so these other people, she'll know these people. Like,
first off, let me stop right here and say, listen, if you are not, we're featuring a picture from Ages and Stages, which I've grown to love them as a couple. I'm just thinking back, I'm mourning this relationship in some ways too. That's why I guess I want them to get back together, because I love them together. I was entertained by them. I felt like I understood, you know, both of their viewpoints when they would record. I feel like there's something there that is beautiful, and I want that to flourish. However, I do understand how things work and cogs go together, and how a machine has to run, and that the ingredients aren't there right now. But I do think that they could quickly put together the ingredients.
Why though?
Well, yeah.
With all that she said,
sure.
Why? Because
they have something delicious in there.
But it's not.
There's some things going on in there that I feel
delicious if we're struggling like that.
Which is why I agree.
And is it delicious if it ends in 15 years? Now I gotta pay your ass to go away.
Or before that. But you're saying 15 years because of the money.
Like if
she was like, yeah.
But then my other thing is too, like,
that is so.
It's not about the money for the wedding. It's not about the money for the wedding. It's about the pattern that he's established in his life
and his
that makes her feel unsecure or insecure about the security of how they're going. That sounded so stupid.
Let me tell you,
that's the whole point. It's the
point.
Pattern of what he's doing. It's not about the actual money amount. It's the pattern of what he's doing, and the fact that he was willing to open up loans in other people's names and not tell her what he was doing and trying to join forces with her. Like, It's like
I'm gonna be so honest and transparent right now.
I get why she did what she did, and people are like, "Oh, sure. Well, why didn't you find out that?" Like those things take time because that wasn't the case when they first got together. Like, and now Simone is like she's a PI, she's a private investigator herself.
I think what she was doing is she was being patient. Because she saw it. It was very loud to her. She's a smart girl.
It's something that we all do.
She saw, like, okay, you really don't have things together, and let me give you the information. Then she gave him the information, and he maybe, I don't know if he rejected it or what, but he didn't utilize it. Now we're here because you didn't utilize the information I gave you, but it's okay. I'll stick with you. So just be here now, right? You know what that's called? Now listen, go ahead.
It's called dating the potential of the person that
you're with. Sure. I agree.
It has nothing to do with you.
Because at the end of the day, and this is how I felt so bad last night when I was watching her, is because it's like, in order for you to pull yourself together and get out of a situation, you still have to sacrifice what you were loving, right? And it's like, damn, it sucks that I have to get out of that situation and inconvenience myself when I only meant good, right? But it's just like the whole point is for me to leave and be without this bullshit. And so here's the thing that I would love to say to Rashid, and the thing is, I love them both, like I really do, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, I have to be, I so understand Simone.
I understand.
Like, I don't feel like, I think she tried to be patient and she tried to, share some of the information she had with him. But what I recognize in him, and he seems like a wonderful man. And, but he's, listen, just being honest, because I'm like this too in ways. But it's just like, if you had the discipline to, do what you said you're going to do, then you wouldn't be in a position of losing somebody like Simone, right? And it sounds like that's what happened with his wife too. And so it's like, okay, listen, you're repeating a mistake. It's not like you're garbage. I did not like, this is why I thought it was sad, because he was like, I ain't shit. And I hate it when people say that about themselves. Because normally the people who say that are the people who are saying it because, people, I can communicate with people like this, and this is the worst thing I can say about myself. And so I've got them right there, right? Just being real about how people manipulate. I could just say the worst thing about myself, and then everybody will be on my side. Well, it kind of works, but the more you say shit like that, the more you believe it. And so that was what was sad about it.
Talking to yourself while you're talking to everybody else.
Broken man who's sitting here pretending to do things to be accepted, and he's still doing it, and I don't think he recognized it, you know what I'm saying? But I think he's a good man. It's just like he's not willing to go in there and do the work to say, I'm not going to be like this anymore, I'm going to choose this way. And that she actually got, not even say caught up, because she saw that's what she got on what she did, you know what I mean? But it sucks because she had to also put herself through some turmoil in order to do that. And at the end of the day,
break up with him, whatever,
it's a refusal to put something as a priority that you said was a priority, and that's the check. And listen, we're all out here, we're live.
So, but this is the reason why a lot of dudes get over. Because we get caught up in the feels and what could be, and I'll just help him do this, and maybe then he'll do this, or I'm gonna help him do this, and maybe no, that's not the way it should be. Like, a person doesn't get thrown away at the first instance, but something like this is a little detrimental to me because you admitted, whether you were telling the truth or not, you said that you were a liar and a cheater. You have not changed, and this is what you do. Like, you do this, like so. Anything that you say at this point, I'm gonna have to, just take with a grain of salt because, you might have brought up the everything that he brought up in the conversation to manipulate, just like that fucking submarine thing. Like it's manipulating our emotions, regardless of what happened. We feel bad for the people that passed. You know what I'm saying?
Special shout out. Oh my God, did they? God,
but for this, for real, this is sad.
This is sad for
them.
me.
But let's lead into the next thing, because this is why people be all on Simone's ass and talking to trying to get at Simone, right?
Look, here's the thing. Before we move on, I gotta say, shout out to Kamisha. Kamisha did a bomb interview last night, and I watched that joint. With Simone.
Because they know each other personally.
And shout out to Girl Is That Legal. If you haven't followed either of them, it's a Kamisha Reviews.
Yes, Kamisha
Reviews and Girl Is That Legal. Go over there and follow those channels. Because
Girl Is That Legal is Simone's channel.
It's Simone's channel. And, show them some love. And one of the things Simone said that could show them love is like send them funny videos. She was like, send her DMs to make sure that she got out of the bed or something like that. And I rock with that. Like, I understand, like, we've all been through, our share of like heartbreak and stuff like that. But also just big ups to her for just making the smart decision.
Yeah, and she doesn't wish any bad on Rashid. She wants us to not be mean to Rashid.
Now, you want us to talk about Tasha K.
So, but I will say, this is why people be on Simone's ass, okay? Now, in other news, Tasha K did an apology to Cardi B, to Barty Gang, okay? And if y'all follow Tasha K like I follow Tasha K, you had to be going to look at this apology like this ain't really no apology, okay? She said, I want to send a sincere apology. I'm sorry, let me read like I know how to read. I want to send a sincere apology out to Barty Gang. It's my fault as to why y'all don't have a second album. She's been in court with me for 6 years, distracted from her purpose. Now going on 7. Atlantic is broke and won't help her pay for her second album. Offset in court fighting to release an album, and my sister-in-law sold her rights to her catalog too early in her career. Now there's no money to produce the album. She's constantly taking car insurance as... Tasha is dumb. Okay, she's constantly taking car insurance as to keep the lights on and pay lawyers to continue to chase me down for money I don't have. I'm so sorry for distracting y'all, queen.
Oh my God.
Between me and the surgeons, we owe y'all a huge apology. Atlantic refuses to give her any money to produce a second album because they took such a loss on her first album, and that she's now starting to promote 6 years later. Again, I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. But if you want music, real consistent music, please stream hashtag Barbie World this Friday. The hashtag Ice Spice is from where she is from. Oh, the hashtag Ice Spice is from where she is from and can give y'all the music y'all need instead of her giving y'all a hashtag Tasha K album.
Wow.
Okay, now, like I said, y'all know Tasha K don't be doing no apologies, okay? I ain't really never seen her do an apology at all. But this is why people be on Simone, because Simone will Simone, okay? She be out here Simoning, all right? She went on Tasha K's post and she said, I feel so sorry. Can I do Simone's voice? I feel so sorry for your husband. Simone, don't take offense because I can't really get your voice, but you're taking money out of your own household strictly for ego. It didn't have to go this far. 1-800-CALL-SIMONE. Okay, now, Tasha K is not going to let that slide, all right? Tasha K pinned the comment, all right? Because she like, yeah, people coming for me all the time. But Tasha K's response, Tasha K's response lets me know she might not know what's currently going on with her relationship, but she clapped back, okay? I wonder if Simone said anything else, because Simone is known to go back and respond. I'll say that. But so Tasha K went on there. She said to her, this is the third time that you go back up real quick. You see Simone's post?
Yeah.
Go to view replies. Mm-hmm. See if it comes up on there. Because if not, I'm just going to talk about it in the short of it. Basically, Tasha K went on there and responded and said, this is the third time that you've mentioned my husband. And she said some blurb about she needs to worry about her TV fiance before I do a video of his side chick coming soon. Something to that effect. Y'all know how Tasha is. She said at the end, let the dark women continue to fight in the mud or something like that, which I thought that was distasteful because why are we talking about color? But, and again, I mean, it's Tasha K. But, so now, like I said, I don't know if Simone has responded to her.
Well, was she responding to something that she felt like?
She was talking to Tasha.
Oh,
because Tasha's apologizing to Barty Gang.
Yeah, no, but when you said somebody said dark women or something like that.
Tasha K said that in her response. She said,
was she responding to something that Simone has said previously?
I don't know.
You know how some people be like making a comment and they be like, well,
I don't know.
Let's just go with what you said before. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It could be some backstory to that, but in general, for somebody who doesn't know that, like it will come across as a light skin, dark skin.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. So
Let's
she
look at some of these
responded.
Okay.
And no, so Tasha K said what she said, but she doesn't know what the current situation is, which I'm glad too, because she would have repeated that, like the stuff we just talked about with Rashid and Simone, right? But Tasha K is, listen, when this stuff happened with Cardi B, everybody's like, oh my God, she's finished. She's not going to go anywhere. But I'm like, no, there's a lane for her. She's still going to have support. The people who didn't know her from YouTube, now they know her off YouTube because she's the blogger that got sued by Cardi B. So like she's trending with Cardi. And so like a lot of Tasha's stuff is just building her brand. Like this is her lane. Now Simone's brand is to do background checks. So these are two like people who are like Simone's not under her. Like she's a heavy hitter too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It should get interesting. But
I appreciate the content.
I gotta say, I admire her tenacity for going through her breakup and being like, "Oh, hold up, let me go be shaking the Tasha K real quick."
When did she make this? 14 hours ago. Wow. Okay, so she made this post 14 hours ago. So I think it was actually 24 hours ago that I was watching her on Kamisha Reviews. Mm-hmm. So that means, or 23 hours ago.
And I think she did an interview with Kojo tonight too. So we gotta watch that.
I gotta go out and watch the Little Black Book, right?
Little Black Book 91.
91. Yeah. Okay, and then here's the thing, like I think this is like, look, this reminds me of like when Kanye West and 50 Cent album came out at the same time, and they did like this whole like in public like bravado, like, oh, you know, buy my album, right? And it was like bringing so much attention to what they were doing that it was like, this is a win either way. And then they came together, I think on like 106 apart, and they like, you know, faced off, and then they were like, yeah, buy both of our albums. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, I think this is one of those things where it's like, listen, I enjoy content for both of these ladies, and this is like part of the course. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all both talking slick. I like this, is fun. You know what I mean?
So now that you say that, and you know, I might as well just keep my conspiracy theory hat on all show or whatever, right? So yeah, because sometimes we never know what's going to happen, right? Like Simone is known for getting in people's comments and she speaks her mind, right? So that's not out of her way. And so Tasha is always known for the clapback. She's not going to not respond if you say something to her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like I could see, like I feel like this is one of those we just about to watch and see how grown women handle it, because they're both going to handle it how they handle it. But I could also see, you know, them working together.
I mean, so first of all, it's not even like they're
not that they plan this. Not that they're talking about in the future. Like I could actually see them doing business
and the
together.
thing is, like, look, I'm interested in this exchange. I want to know the backgrounds. I want to know what's going to happen when Tasha K finally realizes that she's broken up with us. I gotta think to myself that Tasha K is in her own,
because she's an asshole. She's definitely gonna say
Tasha K is over there thinking about all the money that she's about to make to get herself out of this debt, and every little thing that she posts make money, and I'm gonna support whatever I find interesting, and mostly all of it. And you know, like, I think this post is fucking hilarious because she's like laughing in the face of adversity.
She's been doing,
you know what I'm saying? And honestly, the more content she puts out, the better, you know, the quicker she comes out of this debt. And I give her applause for just even being funny while she's going through these things, because she's hilarious. And I think, look at how many likes this got, and look at how many replies she got on the comment. I think it's interesting because,
yeah, some of those comments were crazy, but
these comments be wild, and I'm invested in it. Look, there you are.
I didn't say no more. I can't. I don't got time.
Listen, here's another thing.
She said, "I'm one with Tasha K. It's a moot point. Thank you. You do yours first on mine, and then I'll do mine on my YouTube channel. Girl, Is That Legal? Tomorrow at 2 p.m. where I break down your bankruptcy court records, illegal property transfers, and why you're likely going to be indicted. See you at 2. That's Simone's response. I knew she was going to respond.
Yeah.
So that's content for both of them, though.
Absolutely, and I'm in it. I'm going to be looking for all the responses. And I'm glad she's
funny as fuck.
She'd be so funny. She was like, "Hey, everybody, if you need a lawyer, 1-800-SIMONE-REDWINE."
Listen, if y'all don't follow Simone, follow her on attorney Simone Redwine. She also has a YouTube channel. This gum is good as hell. She also has a YouTube, the other one's good too. She also has a YouTube channel called Girl Is That Legal that she just promoted in Natasha K's comments. I mean, stay tuned. I'm just let grown women handle this, and we're just gonna be here to talk about the updates when it happens. I can't find Tasha K's response, but it really is a moot point now. But she did say that her husband filed the lawsuit or whatever, not her. So I don't know. But that's that on that. So Simone is out here working, okay?
Look, and I ain't mad at it because
see y'all tomorrow at 2.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, look, let me just go back and say this. If you're not following Ages and Stages, I don't think about it. If you're not following Kamisha's reviews, go follow now. If you're not following
damn, that was forceful as fuck.
Sorry, go follow now. Here's my hands. Let me say it in nice, calm voice. Go follow Kamisha's reviews, everyone. Okay, and then Simone's channel is Girls That Legal. That's a fun channel, and honestly, I get so much out of that. She did a review, or not a review, but she did a background check on somebody, and I learned so much about this person's like pension and stuff, and I can only assume it was a bus driver. Because she said something about it in the thing, but she was advising this woman. It was when she was pulling a background check on somebody recently. Oh, Derek Jackson.
Okay.
And so
that
was when she was pulling the background report on Derek Jackson and talking about that. But in that same episode, thank you very much. In that same episode, she was talking to this lady about her ex-husband and how he has a pension and he had.
You know what? I think I
right. And so, listen, if you're not following Girls That Legal, go over there and follow that because I learned some things that I didn't even know I needed to know, but now I'm glad I know them. And then, yeah. What I wanted to say, thank you very much. Something that I requested. I ordered this from the menu. So here's what. Speaking of content, and I appreciate both of these ladies for their content, I did want to talk briefly about this before we get into, I want to say our main topic, but I'm just going to put this in the background because I do want people to go and look at Kevin Stage Studios. But this is him reporting out on, he addressed something on his channel recently that I thought was really good about monetization. And like, here's the thing. Here's why this is relevant. Because we're all out here in these internet streets. We all want to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all want to enjoy the type of content that we want to enjoy, but it is a business. You know what I'm saying? And it's irrelevant for our next topic, but Kevin on Stage was addressing this person's comment. He took the comment off of his page to protect the person who made the comment, but he still addressed the comment. And the person was basically saying, like, they wanted to support, but they felt like he wasn't putting a lot of, they felt like, oh, they're missing out on content because they're not subscribed to Patreon. And Kevin on Stage was making the point that I put out a lot of free content and I'm not stopping that, but I have to make money.
Wait,
and
so what were they saying? Like, they wanted him to...
They were like, oh, I want to support you.
But I want to join Patreon.
But I can't join everything that you... I'm already... Like, I want to say, I'm paraphrasing because I don't know really. I can't remember everything. But that person, I think, had the app. But they were also saying, like, oh, well, I can't be joining Patreon. Like, everybody's not built like this, whatever. And he was basically saying, like, I couldn't always be on Patreon either. And understand that I put out a lot of free content and I'm not going to stop doing that. But here's what I loved about what he said. He was like, I'm sure you've heard that Facebook is not monetizing, it's not paying their creators anymore. I'm sure you've heard that Instagram is not paying their creators anymore. And I heard that, but I was never getting a check, so it didn't affect me. But he was like, these people aren't paying their creators anymore. He's like, it's me. I'm creators. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he had to figure out, like, okay, I gotta monetize somehow. He was like, when you see Tahir Moore and Tony Baker in my videos and stuff, like, I'm paying them. I'm flying them out, I'm putting them up in hotel rooms, I'm paying them to come and produce content. And so I have to be able to make money that way, but like I'm also putting out hella free content, and you can support in many ways. You can share my content, you can like it, subscribe, and comment below and things like this. But like, you can't fault somebody for needing to make money off of what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he does put out a lot of free content, more so than I think a lot of people realize. But I just appreciated.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video.
I appreciated that moment because I was like, oh, that's a real moment. So we're all out here making content. I want us to all remember that, like, if we're consuming someone's content, like, we should try to support them, especially on a regular basis. I have no problem supporting Come on Stage because he's so entertaining.
He is hilarious. Okay,
like he's one. Look, we can regular.
You sent me that video of him talking about that question I asked the other day.
I just want to say this about Come on Stage. I think he's very thoughtful. And what's funny, because we're going to go into this next topic, it's like, if I really think about it, he does provide the value with his content. Like, there's never any time that I'm watching his video and I'm not fully entertained. Like, there's sometimes I think, like, oh, I'll just, whatever. I don't need to look at that, or I'll fast forward past it. When I'm watching him, I never really fast forward because you just never know where the comedy's going to come in. Like, he's just really effective, and shout out to him for doing this thing. But I just want us to remember that, like,
I don't be watching people I gotta fast forward. If I gotta fast forward you, then I just watch your shorts.
Now let's look at some of these comments that we missed in the last couple minutes here.
Okay, take that off.
Oh yeah, I will. Sorry, you're right. Hey everybody, coming back to you. Okay, so wait, is this the one?
That was back when we were talking about.
Okay, so here we go. Oh,
it makes sense. We gotta read these comments on time because I don't know what she's talking about now. She said Tasha came in. Oh, I'm not reading what's on the screen. Sorry. She explained her comments to Tasha on Kojo's interview. Okay, she explained her comments to Tasha on Kojo's interview, so we gotta watch Kojo's interview because that happened like right probably while we were live.
Well, this was only 10 minutes ago. They finished not too long ago.
Okay.
And then Tasha K met her match in Simone. Yeah, let's see. I agree with that. And let's see. And I just feel like no matter what, I'm not saying I'm done with taking sides, because that's not true. But in situations like with Tasha K and Simone, like, I like them both. There are no sides. I'm going to support them both. And if they're both putting out like sort of interesting content, then there happen to be, because
the thing about it is I actually could see them working together like down the line or whatever.
Simone is so funny though with her commentary. She's just quite hilarious. I really enjoy it. So I love it when I see her in the comments.
I know. I'll be like, because I be seeing her at other places, and I'll be like, Simone is crazy. Okay.
All right, now listen. We're getting ready to get real about some stuff in our I don't say our community, but like, this is one of the communities that we participate in on the internet. And so, there is some drama, but it's also this understanding that, like, listen, we're all going to make mistakes. We have to be resilient. But it's funny because, I didn't even mean to do that. We have to be resilient, but also it's interesting to see people take accountability. I'll say that, and then I'll shut up because I'm going to bring the thing up now.
Did you watch the episode from today that you were talking about?
I did watch the episode.
It was good, wasn't it? I didn't watch it yet.
Quite interesting.
I'm going to watch it tonight, though.
I really did enjoy it, but I hadn't seen the episode that you saw. So the whole time I'm thinking, like, dang, I wish I would have saw that. I'm going to bring up the channel so they can...
Yeah, and I watched it when I didn't know what they were talking about. So
now this is one of those, we all have our little... That's not really it. This is it right here, isn't it? No, that's not it. The other one, yeah. Wow, yo, people out here with whole fake accounts.
Yep.
You gotta be careful.
Always double check the accounts that you searching for on Instagram because
they don't even have a blue check.
Nah, because you can buy it now.
Is this the real one?
You can buy it now. Yeah, they decided not to buy it. They're talking about it in one of their shows. Because everybody can have one now. You just got to pay for it. like $15. I think it's like a monthly subscription or something.
This is probably it. That's what I'm thinking.
Look at the numbers. That's good.
Yeah, that's probably it.
You looking for the YouTube page or the Instagram?
No, this one. Oh, what should I do?
I don't know. I don't know why you think it looks weird.
Who knows, guys? I just saw the scam account.
Yeah, but go to that account. I'm sorry. I'm fucking these.
That's why I had them put those out there. Okay, here's the account. We're seeing
I love
live.
chips and sauce.
Listen, if you didn't know what we're talking about Social Proof. We love the Social Proof podcast. We watch them so much. I've taken courses out of this camp. We always are watching different things.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And we love these folks. But
they always so David used to be a server, and now he's an entrepreneur who teaches other entrepreneurs how to create podcasts and be an entrepreneur. And Donnie Wiggins is a business coach, and she gives awesome advice. So even if you just follow their Instagrams, they do have gems to drop. Okay. Mocha, you never heard of them? Well, you have probably heard of some of the people that they have interviewed because he's a great interviewer, and he has interviewed almost all of whoever the lit Black entrepreneurs that you know that's making $1 million or whatever. They have gone on the Social Proof podcast. He even has gone on. I don't know if y'all heard of Think Media. Think Media is Sean Cannell. I think that's his channel name.
Yeah.
And he does reviews on. He teaches you how to grow on YouTube, but he also has reviewed different products that he used for his YouTube channel. But they even talk to each other. And Sean Cannell has like a bunch of followers on Think Media. But anyway, if you don't know them, you've heard of somebody that they have interviewed. But they have a Social Proof podcast on YouTube. And they're all also on Instagram. And Donnie Wiggins is, I don't know. I think she's funny. I love her energy on that show. I feel like she's an addition to the show with him. Like I like his interviews of people by himself, but I think Donnie has worked on him now and he does it a lot better because we've been following them like for a couple of years. And so, anyway, I like their energy together. She also has a separate podcast called Full Transparency Podcast that's also on the Social Proof Podcast channel. So if y'all haven't heard of Social Proof Podcast, check them out. Follow Donnie Wiggins, and David's name is David Shands. They interview a lot of Black entrepreneurs and a lot of people who are popular on social media as well. Because I even saw the dude Rich and Unemployed, the dude they call Finesse. Yeah, he was on there. That was a good ass interview. Anyway,
you like that interview? I didn't care for that interview.
You like him?
He all right. I mean, I actually subscribed to him.
I thought it was a good interview because she did him on him.
Yeah,
that was good for me because I feel like he seduces his people on his platform.
Yeah, I think he does. He takes advantage of people.
And I feel like she pulled a him on him.
You know what's interesting? Okay, so we're bringing them up because we follow them. We like their content, but recently there's been some heat around them because there are a couple people who are claiming that they sort of like give scammers a platform to be heard, right? So it's been getting a little heated around their camp over the last few days. I'm so sad that I didn't see the initial interview or the initial show that sparked all this controversy, but apparently, you know, when we watch them, and so what happens is a lot of times they're having conversations together.
She said she never heard. Mocha Mima said she never heard of Ella said me too, but she said, "Oh wait, I lied. They interviewed a lot of social media grifters. I saw them on Pocket Watching with JT." So we're going to talk about that because Pocket Watching with JT, they do a lot of content reviewing other people's content in the entrepreneur space, in the finance space, and so I mean, he's just doing what he's supposed to be doing because that's his niche, right? So we're going to get into that. But I'm sorry, continue to say what she was saying about Social Proof because they interview everybody though, because I mean they have interviewed some of everybody. B. Simone was on there. I know Stormy Wellington was on there.
That's
Isaac Hayes was on there. It was a lot of different people. I can't even begin to name everybody because there was a lot of different people that went on. April Mason went on there. It's just a lot of
There's
people.
A lot
who
of dope people who've been on there. There's been.
I mean, so the chances of a scammer being interviewed on there is like it's inevitable. Like that's just like saying you go to church and no everybody's there going to be holy. Like it's going to be some scammers every couple of people or whatever, right? So the gist of it is, I think they feel like they've been called scammers. But what I got from when I watched Pocket Watching with JT, what I got from the video, I haven't watched his most recent one or whatever, but what I got from it was that he wasn't saying that they were scammers. He was saying that they have people on their platform that are attached to the scammer word and they're just letting it fly, right? I feel like that's what he was saying. I don't think he was personally attacking them or nothing like that. But now, like, I noticed that it be trolls in like David's videos when he's going live and stuff. And I've seen them try to dodge this for a bunch of years because I've seen a couple of people, talk to them, whatever. But they did post that one video. I watched the video that they posted, but I didn't know what was going on. So I watched the video and I was like, what are they talking about or whatever. And then, then I figured it out and I was able to find JT's video and I watched that as well. So then I saw some posts from Tony the Closer tagging Donnie, and Donnie was Donnieing in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Donnie is quick with the comebacks and she always got something, something sarcastic that she can say. Like she's really good with her words. So I saw that happen and I was like, oh Lord, but you're saying that the episode that you watched today was good? But you didn't see the previous episode that started it all.
No, I did not. And
I
wish.
Oh, but one thing I do want to say is for a person, Ellen and Mocha could probably relate to this, but like for a person that watches like YouTube, when you post a video and then you delete it, it kind of like it sends the wrong message. So that's what they're dealing with now too, because they deleted the video or something happens to the video. I forgot. David explained why he deleted it, but now they posted another one. But you just never want to do the post and delete. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. They took accountability today. The video that I saw was probably filmed like at least like a day ago. It's been in the last few days since JT and just like here's the thing, we're not getting ready to be calling people that person and this person. Like literally reference the names of the people that I know. Tony the Closer and JT, aka Arthur. Or something like that.
Okay, so I wasn't even going to say that because that is not his name. They call him Arthur.
It was like a joke or something.
Yeah, but they call him Arthur, but his name is not Arthur. It's Pocket Watching with JT. I was like, because I mean, like the thing about it is,
that's him.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, I understand.
The thing about it is when you put videos up and you say stuff, it's there. That could have been a reason to get rid of the video too, because I don't know that he was name calling, but like I was like, oh man, this is crazy. I'm not like, I just look at them differently. You know what I mean? Because I really, really think that they have good chemistry. Donnie and David have good chemistry. They have some great conversations, and it's not like they don't be dropping gems. Okay. All that other stuff about, they're interviewing scammers, I mean, maybe. You know what I mean? Because there's so many people that's been on that podcast that any one of them could be
Let's get into
a scammer.
Let's get into it.
I don't know. I don't think Donnie and Dave are scammers.
Here's what I was saying. When you start a thing, you're throwing yourself out there. You don't know what you don't know, right? You're just going to jump out there and let it happen. And, one of the things that cripples people from even starting what they want to do is the fear that they're going to be judged, the fear that they're going to be seen in a certain light, the fear that they're going to be even struggling with the thing, that they're going to have to come out and admit fault. That's the reason that people stay in the shadows. That's the exact fucking reason. And then also, not to mention that there's all these lessons, there's all these things you have to do, there's all these buttons you have to push and places you have to be, and think about this and think about that. And they've gotten through all that, and then they get to this point, and people are saying like, oh, you should do it better. So that's
he did a story of Ami and the Hellcat, but you know what? I always thought that he was, I don't know, I'll be side-eyeing Ami and the Hellcat.
Here's my deal with this, though.
They called him a lame too. Oh,
here's my deal with this. Like, people are we're always going to be, susceptible or like in the presence of scammers. Go ahead. We're always going to be in the presence of people who want to take advantage of.
Always somebody looking in the shadows.
That's why we call people naive when they're not looking over their shoulder. That's why they're skeptics. That's why they're cynics, because there's always some negative out there. We can't be oblivious to that. You know what I'm saying? But we can't, we can't expect people to be perfect. We can't expect people to do all of these things. Like, I feel like the vetting of a person on your show, I mean, like, beyond the obvious things, like, oh, is this the person's real name? Is this what they do? Do they have a website? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, sure, you could take some extra steps, but I feel like that's something that maybe they learned along the way, maybe after this, but also it's like I want to be careful because I understand we have to first of all figure out what scamming means, and then also they didn't scam anybody. They just have a platform. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate in a second. But they just have a platform and they're just bringing people on the platform. So if you happen to work with somebody that was on the platform, like, I can't be responsible for everything you do. I'm trying to create some semblance of, generational wealth for myself. And so I'm out here taking these steps. Right? Mm-hmm. This is one way to look at it, okay? Mm-hmm. She's got the stance, y'all. I'm about to get ripped after this. No, she got the whole queen stance.
Was I really like that? No, I didn't mean like that.
Cleopatra over here, y'all. You understood. She's waiting for her subject to complete the statement.
I am not.
Listen, now, I'm going to run right into it. I'm going to fall right into the trap. Because here's the deal. We can't expect people to be so perfect. And I saw in the comments today when I was watching the thing that all of these people were saying, you need to vet better, right? You need to vet your guests better, just, whatever. And it's like, I didn't see that original thing because I heard they were not on their regular energy, right? But I do see from the thing that they put out today, from the video that they put out today, that it's like, okay, well, this is what accountability looks like. My fear is that we're going to get into this complex as a society that, like, oh, you're wrong. So there's a certain amount of time you need to be wrong, regardless of, like, your learning capability and the atmosphere and what you might have been going through. You're wrong and you're canceled for 30 days or 30, you know what I'm saying, whatever, because that's the penalty, without even, like, a fair assessment of, like, oh, how did this happen, right? So I feel like on one hand, like, they didn't actually do anything wrong. They weren't scamming people. They weren't saying, hey, buy this thing. Well, okay, that's another subject. But they weren't scamming people themselves. So I feel like it's almost unfair to say they're responsible for people's decision-making skills when they're just out there making a name for themselves. Okay. But I do think we need to define the word scam, because some people say they got scammed. That's not really what happened. It's just like you misunderstood something. But
so let me ask you this question.
Okay, yes, I'm ready.
If you felt that somebody scammed you, would you be listening to their definition of what a scam is? Or would you go off of how you felt?
No, but that's not even the thing. Is it?
Well, yeah, I'm asking because we can define scam all day, but if you feel scammed, it's nothing I can do. If you feel like somebody took advantage of you, it's nothing I can do. I can define it all day, but if you feel like it's shady, maybe the word that they're using is wrong, right? Maybe it's that, like, if you know that these people next door have characters coming in like maybe 2-3 days out of the week, those people might be scammers, but you know that they're not scammers. But don't you kind of look at them sideways if they mess with those scammers?
Absolutely, of course.
So that's kind of how I think that people look at platforms, because you do have to be very careful who you let on your platform, because you're an expert in your space, and so your people are going to trust people that you introduce them to because of the strength of you. I mean, we know that for a fact because we've seen the morning meetup, right? Anybody that he would bring through, hey, they must be cool. You feel what I'm saying? So people are doing that on a regular basis as well. So I could get I get that. Yes, if something's on your platform and it's known to be true, maybe we might need to take a look at this, right? That's how I was coming from it from when I watched JT, because like I said, what do you do if you're not a scammer but you keep on having scammers with you?
Mm-hmm.
You can't help but some people that see you are going to think that. So like it's up to the only way to fix it is for you to come back and figure out how you want to be showing up. And
right
seen.
There, you see this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even
you want to be seen. You got to go back and look at how you're being presented to your audience, because the last thing is you want for your audience to feel like that. So I think that, you know, it's not like this is not JT's content. That's what he does, right? It's not like, you know, he was saying that they are out here scamming people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it looks bad because you're commingled with these people. And it's not even the fact that they should stop interviewing people, because you should be able to interview whoever you want to. But, you know, it's something about, I guess, it just makes it look like they're commingled or whatever. I don't know how this is going to end up. I got to watch the episode from today to see what they said about that. But, I mean, because it's on one hand, like, you can't stop anybody from telling their opinion. Like, I can buy something from any store out here, and if I want to give my review, 30,000 people might have said it's good, but it sucks for me because ABC. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So he has his own platform, and that's what he talks about. And then they have their platform now. They could talk behind closed doors and agree to go ahead and do it all for the content sake of the thing and have the conversation together. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how it's going to end up otherwise.
Listen, here's the thing. They are being accused that they don't vet people enough. But, like, how much vetting are you supposed to do?
I don't know.
So when on the video,
because you're going to have the video living on your platform. So it's like, yeah, do I really want to? I don't know. I mean, you get paid for the video. So
Donnie was saying that they look at a person's Instagram and all this stuff. Then they went on to give people tips about how to avoid being scammed. But to your point, after I feel that you are not trustworthy, why would I believe the rest of what you're about to say?
And to be clear, we don't feel that they're not trustworthy because we fucks with them.
Yes, which brings me to the point
we're talking
me to bring up. Let me say this. I purchased a course from Social Proof, really Shan's. I got the most value out of that course. Like, literally, I would have paid double for it, but he didn't offer it at that price. He paid, I paid the price that he offered. And it was so worth it. Like, when you talk about getting value, now here's the thing. I purchased other courses from other people, and I didn't get that value. Now, here's why I'll say I got here's the thing. Okay, listen.
Hey, Jane.
When I purchased a course that
those chips are wrong. Sorry, guys. I'm being greedy.
Can we have some more?
Just the chips is fine for me.
So here's the thing. When I purchased that course, I needed to learn about, it was a course about
I think it was podcasting.
So many of the things I was already doing, but he gave like maybe 30 things, probably more than that. He was so specific. Like, it was like a 3-day course, I think.
Mocha be on it.
It was like a 3-day course. Like, day one, he was like showing the history of the thing, podcasting, when it started, where it started, and then he talked about all of these facts. Then he went into like these 30 things to do right away, and it was so like, oh, if you weren't writing things on English, you had to pause. Like, he was giving so much information. The value is there. David Shands knows what he's doing. There's other people who I've purchased things from. And I've used that, by the way. I've used that information. Thank you very much. I've used that information, executed it, found it valuable, learned some things. Well, the stuff that he said was correct. There were a number of things that we were already doing that he just basically like confirmed, like, oh yeah, I thought that was a good idea too. That's why I've already done it. You know what I mean? But the things that he did suggest that I wasn't doing, we did. And they worked. And it makes sense. But there have been other people who I've purchased from who like will sell you several things, and then it's kind of like a lot of repeats. It's not organized.
You're not even connected
rushed.
to them.
I'm not connected. It makes sense, but it's just a little too not, put together well. And then there've been people who I've even had to like unsubscribe from.
Matter of fact, yes.
You're just doing too much. Like, I'm not getting the value that you're saying you're giving.
Damn, nigga, damn, okay.
Relax. Right? Like, hey, everybody.
I unsubscribe from
you ever come into a room and there's so much energy and you're like, hey, relax.
Yes.
That's how those messages were coming off. And so what I had to do was I had to unsubscribe. I had to unfollow, unsubscribe from various...
But this is the thing though. People buy from people that they feel connected to. People don't buy just, let me go get that. Some people do, like, they got a course, let me do it. But I'm not gonna buy anything from you unless I feel like you have something to offer me. You know what I'm saying? Like you really know what you're talking about or whatever to invest in something like that. But Shane's presentation is on point. He definitely knows. He's a great interviewer. He knows how to get the conversations going to where you actually get gems from watching them interview people. You know what I'm saying? And you can also kind of tell when somebody's a scammer when he's interviewing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he be calling people out as scammers without calling them out. But now he's about to do a new segment where he pokes holes in people's business ideas or businesses, and to like for fun, he actually like asked this dude a whole bunch of questions. It's like a 60-second thing on Instagram or whatever. And the dude couldn't say what he did with his money that he made. He didn't know how many books he sold, whatever. But I feel like Chance be low key asking the questions that you need to know to see if the person's a scammer.
Is that who I think it is?
It's a probably. I gotta look closer at this picture because I recognize
there's a few people who I don't rock with that are out here, and they
listen. It's a lot of scammers in our community, okay? And just because somebody interviews a scammer, that doesn't make them a scammer. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think JC was calling him a scammer. I think they were coming at it from the point of feeling like they were called scammers, and I think that they took it the wrong way. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Social Proof is legit. They do give great value and information or whatever. But that's just because I relate to what they're, what they're teaching or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They do have some value.
Here's one of the things that I really did want to touch on is that I think we all have to be careful about people scamming, especially with AI.
That's a fact.
And like deep fakes. I'm like, there's this video, and I think I saw it earlier where I felt like this was a not an animal, but like an alien. That there was this whole 911 call.
Just like that monkey you saw on the side of the road.
Yeah, sure. I saw a monkey on the side of the road one day, guys.
It was not a monkey, okay?
Hold up, everybody. Wait a minute. Let me bring this full circle right now so that I can be heard. Okay? I saw a monkey in Columbia, Maryland. We were riding down the street. This one was driving. And I was like, oh my God, did you see that monkey? And she was like,
there was no monkey.
See no monkey.
Okay.
I saw a real monkey in the street in Columbia, Maryland. We were near Jessup. I feel like we were off of Snowden River Parkway. I know what I saw. I saw a monkey in the street, and she was like,
so every time she brings this monkey up, I'll be like,
I didn't see. Listen, I didn't even bring no monkey up. Every time I bring up something, she be like, oh, like you saw that monkey? That's So there's this weird video of, they're playing the 911 call in the background. And then there's this, I wonder if I can bring it up. I don't believe this is real. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe this is real, but
you can't believe nothing these days.
But my thing is like, it looks real, but this is how careful we have to be. And this is why I'm talking about this, because we're talking about scamming. This is how careful you have to be, because you can't assume that what you see is real. But a lot of us do. This is wild. I even look at this right now.
Or is it shitting?
No, it looks like a tail. But if you would look at this right now, right? Like, this is something that I saw online. You probably can't even see it. If you look over here in this area, this is where they say, oh, you can't see it.
Why would you be so close to that? Like, why would you be like, I don't know.
It was a
y'all know
camera.
I always got questions. Oh, okay. I was about to say, you standing there.
But I don't think this is real.
Was you taking a shit?
No, he was ducking down. That's a tail.
Oh, okay.
But my thing is, like, I don't, unfortunately, I just don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know for sure, but I don't believe that this is real. Like, it could be real, and this could be a real being. But I just don't believe it because there's so many things out there.
To find that monkey as you saw in Colombia.
She really wants me to pee on myself, God. She wants me to pee on myself.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Like, is that how we assume aliens look? Like,
I don't know.
What if they don't even look
like that? It could be real. And we could be sitting here like, that's not real.
Could be all part of their plan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that part right there just looks so fake to me. Like, okay, you got to move a little funny looking way.
It looks like a huge roach.
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be horrible? If the aliens that came and took us over looked like the bugs that we hate. Oh, that would be.
Did you hear about all the crickets? Where were they at?
Yeah, it was in
like, it was like crickets all over the place.
Oh man, it wasn't Tennessee.
All over houses and stuff
I saw that.
I was like, what the hell?
Crazy because I thought they were spiders. It was Texas. Anyway, listen.
That's crazy. I was like, good Lord. Anyway.
Let me go back to the point. The point is that when we're talking about people getting scammed, I think there's a couple of things that I already that don't sit right with me. Like when people make their like call to action and it's like fast, like buy right away or else you'll miss out. Like that's to me very scammy. Yeah. Like don't tell me I gotta buy right now or else I'm gonna miss out. Like I need some time. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little. Listen, I don't think God operates like that. I don't think it's like do it now or don't do it ever. God is very like slow with us. Like everything, you gotta think about stuff. You gotta plan it out. You gotta pray. You gotta, get your emotions at bay. There's a lot of stuff that goes into making a decision, and I don't feel like people who, encourage you to make a fast decision are after your best interest. Yeah. I just can't see that being the case because things don't work like that. I'm like, let me say this. Things don't work like that. Absolutely if you're looking to get rich quick, like your error margin is heightened because
I'm not saying that it don't happen, but you can't plan for it.
Sure, I'm not saying it. You can't be like, oh, I'm about to do this, but you can't plan on it happening that way. And honestly, it
not if you want something quality to offer. You know what I'm saying? Like a quality service. If you look
back at your own life, everyone, it took you a long time to learn things. It took you a long time to
learn how to walk,
to say okay, this is where I want to be, and then get there. And then I think a lot of us, hopefully, are like, if you look back 3 years ago, like this is where you said you wanted to be. And now you're here, right? And it's like you're just making your own decisions, and it takes longer than you thought it would. And so, why would it be considered, why would it be considered a good idea to act now, act fast, or you'll miss it? Like that's a scammy fucking suggestion to me, and get away from me with that shit.
If anybody's saying, oh, here's my secret to something, like there is no secret to weight loss. There's no secret to business.
There's no secret.
Nigga, you gotta go through the process like everybody else and
everything.
And figure out your why, do all of that shit. Do the
That's
work.
On everything. Everything I've ever gotten cost me time and patience and focus and energy. Yeah. Like that's the price. And if somebody's telling you there's a different currency or price, they're probably lying.
Like Donnie said,
they're probably lying.
Her last thing, she said, there ain't no keys, okay? You got to get down and do the work and build the business.
And I also feel like, in our culture, we are susceptible
Let me stop fucking them chips up, cuz.
No. That's why they're here. So in our culture, we are susceptible to being sort of manipulated because it's built in our it's built in our sort of
I'm sorry, y'all. I was reading the comments on this alien stuff she was showing. Look at that one. Livewire footwear 36.
I saw this video the other day from a different angle. I believe that it's real. That's a costume. Y'all got Uncle out in the backyard.
Y'all stop playing. It was just funny to read those back to back because it's like, oh, I believe it. And this person like, if you don't get your uncle,
I do think that's weird the way the stomach moves.
Yeah, that's like you did that on purpose just because you think that's how an alien would move. I don't know. I'm questioning everything, but. I mean, back to the entrepreneurs. We were talking about. Sorry, I cut you off about that. She still got this alien video up to the side, whatever.
Yeah, we are watching.
I think the bottom line is we don't think that they're scammers, and I think that they misunderstood or there's a miscommunication in how the other people are communicating with them. But I mean, it's no, Tony the closer is not. He's a trip, so it's not gonna go well. But okay, but she said Tony the Closer exposed DJ Envy as being a part of a real estate
scam.
Didn't know that. I remember Tony the Closer was either he interviewed Tasha K or Tasha K interviewed him or something. But LMB said some guy invested some of a settlement because of Envy and the investment was already owned. See that's a scam. That's a scam because they knew that shit was already owned. That's crazy.
Man, that's the thing, and I think a lot of us be out here. And this is another thing that I see sometimes too.
Oh, you want me to still read the comment?
Yeah.
Mokamima said, I remember then TLA was pushing his course. Now I will say this. The lead attorney.
Oh, I know who that is.
He was in the morning meetup too. Now I will say this. It's like we are in an information age where people will purchase knowledge or purchase something, right? They will I've purchased planners before. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you have a planner with some prompts in it. I don't gotta think of the prompts, but it's gonna help me work on my mindset. It's $12. Okay, I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? Or you got like a workout plan. Maybe you're doing a challenge. I'm paying you for your knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. So if somebody can help you do something, like it's not not a scam it's only a scam when you don't get what you paid for. And so if somebody is saying they're going to help you do something, I mean, when you want someone to pay for your time. But at the same time, you cannot just purchase any course. You, like I said, people purchase off of emotion and how they feel they connect to the person. Like, I'm not going to expect anybody to buy anything from me if they don't really know a little bit about me or feel some type of way and want to support me. Like, you would have to want to support that person to purchase the course. Or they would have to be teaching you something that you would want to learn, but you still would have to have some type of emotional connection, whether it just be I like what your content that you're doing or whatever, then you'll purchase or whatever. But some people are out here just creating bullshit to sell, and it's just bullshit to sell.
Now
that's why I feel like it gets diluted. I think there's
another realm or level of people who were encouraged to produce some sort of product to sell because this is the selling age, and then they couldn't get their back end together, and then they end up fucking up and not being able to deliver on something that they tried to execute. And I don't think that's a scammer. I think that's someone who couldn't deliver or whatever they said, right? And I feel like sometimes people put together scammers with people who were intentionally trying to take money rather than like, I bought these headscarves from a very popular online situation. Mm-hmm. And I was being so patient because I was ordering from Etsy too at the time. And sometimes that stuff takes a long time. But like this particular thing, 5 weeks had passed and they hadn't even acknowledged that like, oh, we're gonna ship your order.
Yeah, that's right.
So I reached out, but
that's a scam.
I probably got like a initial response of like, oh, the shop's gonna be closed for a week or something like that. So, our regular shipping time is 2 weeks, whatever, right? I waited 3 weeks, didn't say anything. I waited 4 weeks, trying to be patient. By the 5th week, I was like, I'm gonna reach out. And it took them maybe like 2 days to get back to me, and they were like, your order shipped today, right? And then like a day later, I got the shipping notification. I was like, my order probably wouldn't have shipped if I wouldn't have emailed. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was a scam.
That was a scam.
They gave me my
until you got your stuff. 5 weeks is way too long.
That's the point. I don't think it was a scam. I think they were trying their best.
Well, yeah, no, I feel what you're saying. But
you know what I'm saying?
Before you did that, it was a scam though, because anybody waits 5 weeks, you're like, oh shit, what's going on? But
it could have been a scam.
All right, maybe
somebody never. You see what I'm saying? This is what
if you never got your product,
this is a differentiation, because I think
they weren't
a lot of us.
No,
and I think a lot of us have these aspirations, and then we go out there and we get motivated by the Daves and Donnies, and we're like, I can do this. And then some people who, especially people who have to go through an operation and they're not even doing content. Like, at least we're just doing content. But like, oh well, you have some products though, some physical products. But my point is, if somebody had like all physical products, like that lady who was making that sauce and it ended up not being,
somebody hollered at her. She's in stores now. She's rocking.
The thing is, sometimes you don't know. You have to grow through it. And I don't think those are scams. I think that's just a small business that, had to figure some stuff out to keep going. And
I do agree with that on some situations, but it just comes off scammy. And I think that's the problem. The feeling of scammy is something that you can't take away from somebody. Like, the word that they're using to describe it, probably it needs another word to go to it, but it feels scammy when you don't get the stuff in the timely fashion, right? But if you don't get it, then that's kind of the scam. But they may not have intended to scam you.
Let me say something.
It might have just ended up like one. You know what I mean?
This is so funny. You're right. I think we need a word in between. Like, I think we need a word in between races. Because there's some people who are like out for the detriment of a certain race, and like, I hate those people, villain, whatever, right? And then there's people who don't even know they're racist, but you can't even really call it racist. It's just like bias or something, but it's racially motivated. But it's like, you're like a Karen. And then there's people who are less than a Karen, but not in the other way of racist, but also not completely scot-free. It's just like, you are a little bit racist, but there's not a word for you yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're not a Karen. You're not that racist.
Shady fits a lot of situations.
Shady fits a lot of situations, but I feel like there's a bunch of words missing from the language. And I feel like we need a definite few words in between scammer and innocent business person. Right? The scammer is all the way on the other side. It's like, scammer's like racist.
I think that as black people,
you know what I'm saying?
So I think that as black people, our scam bucket is huge, and all of those people might not be scammers, but I don't know. The lead attorney can probably help some people who are like, anybody can help somebody who's steps behind them do something, but the people who don't like it, those are not your customers, and that's how you just differentiate. But I think he probably could have helped some of those dudes, but I think that it's just the way that he comes off or whatever. But I don't know. But like, you would pay for a personal trainer, you know what I'm saying? Because you're paying for their time and you're paying for their knowledge about the exercises. So it, like I said, I think it goes out to who you would trust. Like, do you trust this person to make a purchase from them?
Let me go on that comment.
They give scammers a voice and they lack understanding.
Now, let me say, that is also, two things can be true at the same time.
CLA still pushing it. Okay.
Two things can be true at the same time. Can you go back to Ellen's comment?
Yes, sorry.
Because this is not untrue. This is a factual statement. And it's not that it's, against somebody or that it's mean-spirited or anything like that. It's like, it's a real valid statement. They have given scammers a voice. They have given certain scammers a voice, and they do lack understanding. And here's what I'll say about this, and this is why I wanted to play the other side for a second, because it's like, look, they do have affiliate codes, and there's some people on that show that be like, buy today, and then they have affiliate code, right? And now I'm not saying like, that normally Dave does those interviews, and then him and Donnie have conversations. I don't think it's intentional, but at the same time, when this is how this money gets in the bank, right? Like, this is the money button. I'm going to push this money button. And when I push this money button, there's also a leak over there, but I'm not going to worry about the leak because I want to push this money button. Like, I think there's certain things that they have to have noticed over the years that were like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, because like I said, they're just starting out interviewing people, and he has become a great interviewer because of that.
Absolutely.
I don't know, but I think my stance is just that I think that there's a misunderstanding on their part on how it came off, because it's hard not to get offended when somebody like shoots the house next to you.
I think they addressed it on this most recent
I will watch it tonight.
But that's
okay. So he's still pushing his course.
That's hilarious.
Listen, though, I'm telling y'all, like y'all have to realize that we are in a different age, and like those people are capitalizing on the opportunity, because like
somebody buying that course.
We buy bullshit all the time. Like I'll buy your ebook. I'll buy your ebook. Every time you put that course out there, somebody's buying it. You might have thought about something I didn't think about. I might buy your ebook or whatever. You know, you got a little planner. All right, let me see what that's all about. You got some beard. You guys
look at the link for my ebook and my planner. No, I'm joking. I don't have one.
You have beard oil. You have people selling products. Like I think, like I said, if you fuck with somebody or you relate to them, you will purchase whatever they have.
Yeah, and sometimes it's worth it.
It's the same thing if you go out to see Girl Scouts. You kind of connect with them on a certain level because you know they got the good cookies, and you're like, oh, look at them, they're so cute. I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it's all about. Because like she said about social proof. Like, I took the podcast course as well. Like, and I watched them, and I think that they do have some good information to give, but I do agree that
there's some scammer
probably been a bunch of scammers that's come through there or whatever. But I don't know.
If I was a scammer, I would be trying to get on that show.
Because then you get in front of their audience. So I'm pretty sure they've gotten scammed
a couple times. Yeah, they have. You know and their audience is going to buy. You know what I mean?
I mean, but you really only need like a strong 100.
Yeah, anyway, that's true.
That's another story. True. But it's somebody out there, that will do it. I mean, it's the same thing with YouTube channels. People come by and watch you because they like your particular, what do Jane say? They like your particular brand of syrup, and they subscribe to these YouTube channels when nothing is coming from the YouTube channels but words. So it's like the same thing because people buy off of emotion. So, we're not the lead attorney's target audience. So we are like, what? But he has a target audience that are like, hey, sign me up.
Yeah.
And they're also sending like $500 super chats. But that's another story.
Who is this?
The lead attorney?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah. I get it.
Oh, my goodness. Let me stop. Okay, I'm behind in the comments. Okay. Elvie said, matter of fact, last week he gave a promo code for the course. Okay.
What if that was him
sending his own promo was smooth cat, huh?
What if that was him sending his own super
He could. But the thing is, when
you'll be like, oh,
you have a lot of people, when you have a lot of people in a chat like that, that is the psychological thing that happens on YouTube. I watch it happen in the beef sector a lot. Like somebody starts super chatting, then they just start rolling in. Mm-hmm. So certain people, if they love you, whatever. But
I've actually super chatted someone after I've seen several super chats go up.
It's a
psychological. I'll give them some too.
See what I'm saying? She said one time his promo was smooth cat. Now that's okay. He would do something like that. You watch the lead attorney, James? You know who that is?
Yeah, he does. Okay. He knows who it is. He doesn't watch him, but he knows who it is. When I show you a picture, you just know.
Okay.
We're breaking the fourth wall. This is
if he ain't talking about smooth cats, he's talking about big areolas. He's
a trip. My God.
He is a trip.
Oh my God.
Tony was in a beef with Tasha. Okay, I thought so, but didn't she do an interview or he do an interview with her? I felt like she was on his show or something like that. I don't know. She said, y'all heard about the blockchain thing with 19 Keys, Brother Ben X, and some other guys. I think it was 4 total to teach different classes. One of the men ran off on the plug, then filed for bankruptcy. What?
I believe it.
Low key, 19 Keys is a good looking brother.
Listen, but look, he got a lot of stuff happening.
I don't know what's going on here because I don't watch him like that. I just like, oh, he's a nice looking dude.
Yeah, he's a nice looking dude, but there's a lot of...
I got to look into that. Shit, maybe we'll talk about that next week. Because what? 19 Keys, Brother Ben X, and some other guys. We got to see who some other guys are. Who ran off on a plug? And then filed for bankruptcy. Like,
this is the thing.
Hey, Ma, we was talking about you earlier, Ma.
There could be a few people who are in on a scheme, or one person who's in on a scheme, and the other people don't know. And as soon as the one person runs off with the money, it's like, damn, now we're
so okay. Now, so Pete,
now we're always going to be affiliated with.
Now Pete that. So if you can look at that like that, right? Now look at the social proof thing, and they don't know it's a scam going on, but these people scamming, and we all like in a related circle. Like they made them look bad. So I could see, you know what I'm saying? Like I could see how people could think that. But anyway, but no, I didn't know that. Like, I don't know. I gotta look into that. Ma, we were talking about some entrepreneurs that are kind of caught up in like a what would you call it?
I mean, they're being accused of
letting scammers come on their show.
Yeah, it's not like they're in a Ponzi scheme or whatever, but
he put that on there. I haven't watched that video. That was the title of JT's last video, so I gotta go watch it. Because listen, this is what we do out here in the YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? We don't really we're watching all the channels. So
we're just
I want to see what they have to say. I want to see what you have to say, and then we'll make our own decision. But
look, if I want to say one thing, it's that I think before people invest in stuff, they should at least know how it works
and do your research
and how the money's going to come back to you. And if they have any questions, like just walk away from the deal. You don't have to buy stuff right away or
just because somebody say buy my course, you don't need to buy the course.
I've been scammed, but
it's something that's going to help you.
I've definitely been disappointed in certain things that I've purchased. Like it's either repetitive of things that I've purchased from them in the past, or it didn't deliver anything that was valuable to me in the way that I could go and execute on it and get value out of it that way. It was just like, oh, I'm just listening to you talk. And that's not valuable to me. I have purchased things like that in the past year. Mm-hmm. Okay. But I've also purchased things that were beneficial to me. But the things that I purchased that were not beneficial that I felt, I wouldn't consider it a scam. I would just consider it like part of the course. Like you're out here spending money. We're like, listen, guys, we're in America. We're making American money. We don't care where other people are getting fresh water. We are out here in these streets being luxurious. We are opulent. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. So
say opulent.
We are in America. We're like flushing the toilet several times. We're just doing disrespectful things to the earth.
We have 24 hours of electricity.
And we are disrespectful.
Sometimes they have to be on ration of electricity. So like, there was this one lady that he talked about that I think Sean Candle talked about this. Mm-hmm. The lady's a content creator, but she only gets maybe she's in Africa, but she only gets 6 hours of electricity, and in that 6 hours she got to figure out how she's gonna upload her YouTube videos to get paid. Because she was because she's obviously monetized content creator or whatever. But my point is, everybody sells something, but ain't nobody gonna just buy nothing from you just because you have it. But if you connect with a person and you want to support them, you will. It's just, like I said, it's the same thing with the YouTube channels. You aren't getting anything physically from the YouTube channel. You're supporting the person that you connect with, that you like. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's the only reason why you would send a Cash App or anything like that. Like, so those courses are the same thing. But you have to decide and do your own research. Is this something worth purchasing? Because the ones that I've taken part of, and like her, I've bought people's digital products and stuff like that I was just trying to support. And I've bought something that I've really benefited from because they actually put a whole bunch of information in one place. And it saved me several weeks of having to figure out where to find this and where to find that, and I could just act on that. So it depends on what you're looking for.
And sometimes that be the thing that gets you stuck for a long period of time.
For a long period of time,
somebody package shit and say, "Hey, look, here's what you need." It's like that's valuable
as hell. And so the one thing I have to say that Donnie pointed out is that you not doing the work of whatever it is. Like if you think you're gonna purchase somebody's course and then you're gonna now be a billionaire, then I mean that was your dumbness, because you have to actually do the work of whatever it is that they said the steps were. Like you can't just expect, just because you purchased this person's course, now you're gonna be famous or now you're gonna be successful or whatever. Like Donnie said it, there is no magic key. Like you have to do the work. And so a lot of people sign up for those things thinking, oh, they're gonna teach me the loopholes to do this,
but you still gotta do research,
the quick way. But if you're not ready to actually do the work, no, it's not gonna work, and you're gonna feel like you got scammed because the person cannot like touch your work ethic.
And this is the point that I'm really getting at, to be honest with you, is that like the people who are most attracted to scammers, I feel. This is not scientifically proven, but I feel like the scammers that are out there all have this thing in common where they got a lot of people who were trying to get money fast, who didn't understand the process of like how the money is coming out of this deal. When you have a deal, whether it's an entertainment deal or it's a contract or it's a job, like I have a contract with my job. I didn't sign a contract, but it's like I'm agreeing to show up, for however many hours a week to have these responsibilities so that you don't have to worry about them. And you haven't had to worry about them since I've been here. And so we have an agreement. You know what I'm saying? And that's a deal, right? And so I feel like when you're not looking at the terms of a deal, right? Like or if you want a deal to work out for you right away and somebody promised you that, I feel like we have to be accountable for how we operate in the way that if the deal doesn't make sense to you, you don't understand how you're getting the money back, then that's a good indication that you shouldn't take that deal. And if another thing is like, if you are being encouraged to like act now, that seems scammy. I'm not saying that everything that makes you act now is a scam, but like I'm not interested in those things. I want to take my time and look around and browse, nigga. Like, excuse me, I'm browsing. No, I don't need your help today. I can see everything that you have to sell. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see what is,
but like that's the real.
You know I'm not knocking it. People who purchased it love it, and he does one-on-one with them. So yeah, and they pay for his time. So I get that. Like I'm a personal trainer, so I got to meet with people one-on-one. And I may meet with somebody for free, but I'm gonna need you to pay for my time because I'm trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? Not that is how I come off to my clients, but you're paying for people's time. Yeah. But it's just different. Because when somebody doesn't actually have a physical product to sell you, it makes you be like, what the fuck am I giving you money for? Again? But that's why I say you have to think about it in terms of, are you supporting this person? Are you in a mode of, I want to support this person, so you're interested in what they have to say or whatever? Because no, you shouldn't be out here just giving people your money just because they be like, I got this product for sale. No, if you don't like
now,
it,
I'll say this. Look, I'm just gonna flip the script because there are certain people that I rock with so hard that I just support whatever they do, and I don't care what like.
A lot of people do that on YouTube.
Tabitha Brown.
Oh yeah,
I don't give a damn what she's selling. I'm gonna get me one of them. It's just where it is, and it could be $14. It could be $39.99. Depending on what the cost is, that's going to tell me where I am with the quantity. But hilarious. I'm going to support whatever she does.
Which I never got to try popcorn, by the way.
I never got to it, and it was sold out.
And they didn't put it in my Target.
But I have not been disappointed yet. But also, there's things that she doesn't. It just reminds me of her. You know what I'm saying? I got a spatula in there, a coffee mug. I got a couple little ramekins shaped like avocados. Every time I pick one of those ramekins up, I'd be like, well, hello there. You know what I'm saying? And it gives me a good feeling inside. I know that whatever Tabitha Brown does,
we can get to the rest of these comments. She can interrupt me, y'all.
Sorry. Whatever she does, I'm going to support her. And she could be scamming me, but I like it.
Yeah, I like that too.
I'm going to continue.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like the value that you're getting out of something. You know what I mean? That's all there is to it. If you're getting value out of giving somebody some support, then that's that. But there's certain things that are like we waste money on all the time, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, you have to be emotionally connected to the person. I'm subscribed to several people, but the reason why is because I'm like, I fucked with this person. Let me just go ahead and subscribe. But I don't subscribe to everybody because I can't subscribe to everybody. You know what I mean? Like pay for subscriptions,
that's memberships or whatever. 207, love it.
207.
Yeah. Okay, now it changed. I had to point it out before it changed. So let's read these comments.
The Plaintiff Jane is in the building.
Hey, Plaintiff Jane.
If you guys don't know who the Plaintiff Jane is, definitely treat yourself. Go over there to the Plaintiff Jane. She be breaking all the news stories. This is where you're gonna find out like stuff even before it's been posted on TMZ. Mm-hmm. She always breaks stuff down. Like we over here, we tell y'all, okay, this is what's going on in the streets, whatever. And if it's a topic that she's covering, she is going to break it all the way down. Okay, she's gonna have all the photos. She's gonna have all the text messages. She's gonna even talk to the people if she can. So definitely check out the Plaintiff Jane. Welcome. But let's see what she has to say. She said, hey, and I just so happened to be in the bushes. Brandon Serp. Okay. So she was there when I said Brandon Serp. Shout out to the Plaintiff Jane, y'all. And
look at this in the bushes right now.
She still got me looking at this fucking alien video.
Alien in the bushes, y'all.
And that's probably somebody's grandfather in a fucking suit.
I think it's AI generated.
We're gonna go viral.
It's AI generated.
Or it could be AI generated, but no, or somebody is in a suit.
But it's so weird the way the stomach moves. I don't know. Maybe it's a real
like
alien.
That
anyway, back to the comments.
Oh my God. Mom, she said, okay, to talk about Kojo with his shirt wide open, interviewing Simone. Lord, if y'all talking about everyone. Okay, Mom, I have not seen Kojo's interview yet, but I'm about to. But you know how Kojo is. Kojo think he's sexy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised that he had the shirt open. I am shocked as a, but I gotta go watch it though. I will be going to watch it just to see for other purposes, just to make sure that Kojo did a good interview. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
It's something about him.
The lead attorney be having the people emptying their motherfucking wallets. Like, even if they not signing up for his course, they be emptying them wallets on the screen. We see it. He don't even be on the screen yet, and then they be putting the things up. And then sometimes he'll be like, "Well, I ain't reading it unless it's over $50." Those people support him. Those people like fucks with him.
Are they his Tabitha? Are he? Is he their Tabitha Brown?
He might be their Tabitha Brown. Like, we be sitting there like, I wish the fuck I would.
I'm just like, yeah, Tabitha, take my money.
No shade to TLA, but no. I do be watching him sometimes though, because he can be funny sometimes. She said, I love TLA. He funny as fuck. Yeah, he sometimes I just be like, oh my God. Ellen B said, Jay, yes, I get free memberships on his channel. The lead attorney nominated Kevin Samuels lane after he passed. I feel like that too.
Probably.
Some other people tried, but I feel like he did that too. The Plains Jane said they be gifting them like a mug. He got some rich viewers. Yeah, he must. Or unless he back there doing it himself and then canceling them later.
Well, I don't know.
Which I doubt.
I doubt it. But at the same time, like I said, when I see somebody give on a channel, it'd be like, yeah, me too. Where's that button? I be doing that. Like, I'll give some money.
Ellen, I didn't know you be in these streets. Though I knew you was in these streets, but the bus be running late sometimes, and my old ass be asleep. But then I be catching it on the replay or whatever. So Jane know how I do. She said, Jane, the manosphere where money reside. I be in and out, and they drop big money.
Where money reside? Where money reside? That's hilarious.
Yeah, why Ma say?
Ma, you know you like it.
She said he could never. And I can see her now rocking back and forth like,
that's so funny.
Oh, y'all know who else talk about grifters? Moorish World TV. Who is Moorish World TV?
I feel like I've heard of it before.
Child, I'm about to go backstage and watch the submarine documentary that aired in the UK earlier. Oh, I want to see that. Oh, damn, I'm gonna have to see if you gonna have that on replay, because listen, I don't know if you heard what we said in the beginning, but we had our conspiracy theory hats on with that shit. Yes, Jay will even get the transcripts. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. The lead attorney has gifted memberships too. Oh, maybe I'll go over there one day, see if I can give me one. But then my name will be shown on the screen like Demeter Joe took one of the memberships, and everybody gonna know I'm a member.
That's fine. We learn from Rashid.
But see, we
don't care what.
That's why I understand how people don't watch YouTube, because YouTube has some of everything on it. It be some interesting conversations, and you meet some great people too. But I'm a fan of YouTube. But anyway.
Absolutely.
So I don't know where we were just talking about. That kind of led us off of the social proof contest. Social proof and the pocket watcher with JT and the Tony the closer thing, whatever. We're just gonna keep on seeing what's gonna happen. We've watched Social Proof for a long time.
Yeah,
I've watched a little bit of Tony the Closer. I do watch Pocket Watcher with JT sometimes, whatever. And I feel like it's a lane for everybody. So hopefully, like I said, they will decide to have their conversation, together, and then they all win. You know what I'm saying? Whether they whether they agree or disagree, like they can both come together as content creators and do what they got to do.
I agree. And I think, we can all just stand and be cautious of people. But I think they took some accountability, and I'm just interested to see what's next. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're good people. And I think, if they were doing that, let's see what they do now. Right. But I don't think they were doing that now, but I don't think they were doing it with ill intent. However, they were obviously making money off of affiliate codes. that were being shared, regardless of who were sharing them. But I will say there's lots of people who were on there that did provide value. And then there were the ones
people
who
paid
didn't.
to go on there.
But by the time you like, here's the thing: if you're selling so much, you have so much influence, you're bound to get a bad one. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I don't know if people pay to go on there, but I have to imagine that if you have a popping show, that people will offer you money to, hey, let me just get in front of your audience. Like, I would not put that past them.
I don't think people pay to go on there, but if I'm saying like, hey, I'm gonna sell some units today on your show, and if I, you know what I'm saying, out of every 100 I sell, I'm gonna give you the profit from 30 of them. Then you're gonna be like, bet I'm gonna sell you some units because I want the 30%. Yeah. Right. So I do think there was the opportunity for that. I'm not saying that was the impetus. That wasn't the motivation to say, hey, we're gonna do this.
But I mean, I'm also like, maybe they didn't accept money from people to go in there, but I'm definitely sure some people offered money to get on their show. I'm almost positive on that.
Perhaps, but there's also affiliate codes that you have to disclose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be out here. I can't be out here like with my Sharpie, like, this is my favorite marker ever, and they paid me and I can't say it, right? So I think sometimes we can see who paid them because they have to say that kind of thing. But my thing is
that's not what I mean. Like, if you don't have an affiliate code, what if you really don't have a product to sell?
People have been talking about Atlanta for a long time being scammy as fuck. What if you... And people have left Atlanta because they're like, dog, everybody down here is slimy. I want to get out of this.
Scammy.
It's a swamp.
No, I'm saying, like, I bet you they've had a lot of people on that podcast, and I bet you if there's somebody who did not have a product, maybe they just did something, but they didn't have anything to give affiliate code for. They just they did something great, right? Maybe. I don't even know why I'm going down this. They did not, I don't think that they accepted money to go, but I'm just knowing that there have been scammers on there because we kind of see a lot of their videos. So some people are caught up in some of the scammy feeling like, I can see some people being like, hey, I'll pay you to be on your show. And it doesn't have anything to do with affiliate code.
For a while, they were saying that, like, hey, we'll wear your shirt.
They were wearing,
if you pay.
If you were a Black entrepreneur and you had a clothing line, they would wear your apparel. They were promoting, like, they're solid, but it's just the fact that you do have to watch who you're.
Yeah, you just gotta watch what your influence is. I would say that online in general because like I said, I had to unfollow people because they were trying to sell nonstop. Like, I don't be in my text messages and my emails and I can't look everywhere and be getting notifications for you to sell stuff to me. And I mean, that goes for bigger brands too that I've had to unfollow. But like, cause it's such a pull to your discipline. Like, why would I put myself in that situation? It's like, if Target was sending me that would be harassment. If Target was sending me 2 text messages a day of shit they had on the shelves, and
I think Target do that shit though.
And a video and a DM. And it's like, come to Target.
Let me see how many emails I got from Target while she fucking around.
I don't think they do that. Like, I already go there, but I don't think they do that.
Target sent me an email at 2:22 and said, Target deals, Target finds at 2:32. And they also emailed me yesterday. It was like, free $5 gift card when you spend this. Target also says, summer has officially arrived. This was also yesterday. So I got 2 emails yesterday and 1 today. So Target does do that.
Target is in your DMs, yo.
But you okay with it because you like Target.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't register as an irritant. But if I just bought an ebook from you and then I got 20 emails in my ebook, leave me alone. Okay. All I did was want to support with a little $15 ebook. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
For sure. Because it's like, every time I go to Target, like, I'm getting some sort of value. Like, I'm choosing what I want.
You have to stop yourself from buying something from
Target. I don't like it when people are constantly marketing to me the shit that I've already bought from them. It's like, get a new gig. And I don't like that. And I feel like we have to be...
That's what gives that scammy energy.
Yeah, that's what gives that scammy energy. Now, buy now. Do it again. Do it now.
I think the best kind of marketing is if you can figure out how to put yourself out there, but make it so that people have to come to you.
Yeah.
Because other than that, like, you don't know when you're bothering people. Like, I don't feel like, I'm only gonna go to the shit that I want to see when I have an inkling for, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to take a lot of people's free challenges. Like, some of those people are giving great information for free. And I know they're going to offer something at the end, but I'm not interested in that.
But I'm not, and you know what I'm not going to do, and which I have done in the past? I'm not getting ready to invest anything that I don't feel like I can give away. Mm-hmm. Right? There have been times in the past where I've been sort of like hook, line, and sinker. Like, I got to get this. I got to get this because they're offering it. But that's not really true. And I think in the future, well, for sure, in the recent past, I'm just adamant about like, no, I'm going to just keep my money for when I want to spend it or when I feel like something's valuable to me and I really need it.
First of all, but okay. First of all, some people like for you and me, it's like if I have it to spare and I want to get it, I'll do it. But that's because we are willing to do our own research and look for different things, right? But you do have some people who are like, oh my God, they'll do whatever they can.
And I won't have to work so hard.
They will try to take out loans to do shit like that.
Yeah.
Or whatever, which I think is ridiculous.
Work at all. Because if you're like, I don't want to work at all. Like, if you say, I can do this and save some time and I don't have to go to these lengths, I can just purchase the tutelage and apply it. That's one thing. But if you're like, oh, this is so easy. It's going to make me money. I'm going to buy this thing that's going to make me money quickly. That's not the way things work. And if somebody's telling you that's how it works, they're scamming you.
Okay, so Jay said you're right. You have to put that disclaimer in the description box according to the FTC for the affiliate link.
Yeah.
Atlanta seems scammy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Fact, especially the way you can't tell the man from the woman and the STD rate. Not for me, child.
Don't get me started about that.
Scammy is the new word because it just, when you say scammy, it just feels like
it's sticky, it's slimy, it's
scammy. There's a mixture of creepy, slimy, sticky.
It stinks too.
And stinky. Oh my goodness. Fashion Nova text me.
Oh! Can I tell you, is it Shein? Somebody, it's not Shein. Okay, so first of all, I love this brand. But God is dope. Be on my line. Been telling me about all their sales. Fenty, I'm not mad at because I have enough Fenty products, but
PetSmart be hounding the fuck out of me, okay?
Yeah. And sometimes when you don't even sign up for something, Fabletics is a scam. Because they take your money every month and then you don't get a product. And then when you go to buy the product, it's like a subscription. Then when you go to buy the product, here's the thing that's scammy about Fabletics. And I hope I don't get dragged in the comments. You know what? I don't care. It's still going to be authentic. Here's the thing that's scammy about things like Fabletics. Fabletics in particular, because I was a part of them for so long. And what you do is you pay an amount of money per month and you build up these credits. And it's like, oh, you use your credits to buy a thing. Now,
what's the point of the subscription?
So the Fabletics, and this is what you think it is. This is what I thought.
You don't get a pair of leggings every month?
Workout gear, it's activewear. I can always use new activewear because it's my goal to be active. So I'm always going to be in the market for something, right? Until you're not. And then here's what happens. You spend a little $40 a month, then you get some email or see something where they're like, sale, this thing is $29. But if you're a member, it's $89. It's like, what? It's like, you give the sale to the people coming in. That's how they caught me. Because they were like, these things are $25.
No, so you don't get anything for the membership. You're supposed to get a discount.
You get a credit every month. You get like one credit. But then when you go to buy it, you need 2 credits for everything.
That's
so like, here's how they got me. They had this sale that they're like, oh, do you like these leggings? You like these leggings? You have these leggings? They're $25 a piece. You can get 3 pairs of quality leggings. And I've had these leggings for about 3-4 years. They are quality. However, I spent $25 on those leggings to get a membership, right? So I got those pairs of leggings and they were great. They were worth $75, but I got 3 pairs. And now they were taking $49 out of my account every month or $39 or whatever.
I'm gonna need a pair of leggings.
So then I'm like, oh, I've got all these credits, and it's not like Audible right?
But see, for Audible, you get credits, and then you can get books for those credits.
Yeah, but imagine
like
you get 1 book. Imagine you went to go get a book, and Audible's like, "Oh, this one's 2 credits."
Nah, I would not.
But then if you sign up for Audible, you can get 3 of these for 1 credit. It's like it doesn't match. They're trying to get you in the door so they can shut it.
That's crazy. I have gotten stuff from Fabletics through other people. Like I got some Christmas gifts or whatever, but I've never signed up for a membership. No. I'll just go in there and buy one or 2 pair of leggings if I like it or whatever. So that is crazy.
I guarantee. I cut them off, and then I somehow went back and signed up because I have a problem. Well, here's the thing: this stuff is really good in quality. So,
I'm gonna need you to give me a pair of leggings if I'm gonna pay $40 a month. That's
and now Yitty is on there, and that's what's her name?
What the hell is that?
Lizzo's line.
Oh,
it's like a shapewear line and activewear line. Anyway, let's read these comments. Wow, we're like 224.
The Fashion Nova be texting what? And then Fashion Nova be texting eggplant emojis and splashing water. Are you serious?
Fashion Nova clothes, though. Fashion Nova's clothes.
Scammy equals deceit. Don't deceive me. Exactly.
Fashion Nova be having some bomb.
I'm stuck. Hold up.
Fashion Nova be having some
That's crazy. They be texting eggplant and water. Oh my God, it's Fashion Nova. God is dope to be on my line, but I do jump up and order whenever they got them $5 tees. I love it. Okay,
I got so many.
Let me order something from God is dope then, because I can do $5
what God is dope does, which I'm not mad at. They'll wait a minute, and then they'll be like, oh, 40% off, and they always get me because the message is so amazing. It's just like
I was watching.
I'm gonna go buy 10 t-shirts.
I was watching Tubi, y'all, and I got a video coming out tomorrow where y'all know I do reality show reviews, but I also like review movies sometimes. I review Megan, the movie about the AI robot. So if you haven't watched that, watch that. But I have another one coming out tomorrow because everybody's been talking to me about Tubi. And I didn't want to use it because I was like, I don't need another login for nothing. I got too many apps. But I was searching for something with my Fire Stick, and the stepmother came up with Erica Mena. Now, I like Erica Mena. So I was like, I had seen a preview of something she did in the movie, and I was like, all right, let me go ahead and watch it. Now, you got to watch the video to see what my thoughts were, but now I'm hooked on Tubi a little bit. So if y'all got some suggestions of stuff I should watch, get down in the comment below and let me know, because I was gonna say the last movie that I watched in there, the dude had on a God is Dope shirt. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I can get with that. But yeah, anyway, let's go back to the comments. I need to get God is Dope on my line. Okay,
yeah, for sure. They got some fire.
She said, I just went to my text and copied and pasted this. The above is out of the pocket. I don't know what she typed. What did she paste?
That's funny.
Do it again, Jane. I didn't see it.
If she didn't do it, or if that's complete, then that's funny because people are always going to.
Erica Mena acted like shit in that. Okay, it was 3 parts, and she had to pretty much play different roles in the movie. So anyway, I used to like the little movies from back in the day, where like Who Made My Potato Salad and all the stuff that was on bootleg and stuff like that. Like I watched the bad black movies, but they really don't be bad. They just got to have a good plot, okay? But that video is coming tomorrow, and I just want to know what else I need to watch on Tubi, because I'm about to watch Tubi because it was like, oh, I can watch this, I can watch this. So anyway,
I've been stuck on Tubi too. Didn't they have that one commercial?
What should be watching on Tubi?
So isn't this the one that had the commercial that with on what was it, Super Bowl, where it was like a rabbit hole? I think I was watching.
I don't think I watched the Super Bowl.
Freebie, but I watched on Tubi, I think, House Party, and then.
Oh, you watched the old movies you already saw?
Yes.
Okay, well, I want to see movies that I haven't seen.
If you're my age or older and you haven't seen House Party recently, go back and rediscover the excitement that
you know what? Sometimes you do see different stuff.
The reason let me just tell you why I watched. I've recently been watching like Moesha and like Martin sometimes. It's really interesting because the things that attracted you to it in your youth, I don't know what it is. It's like really good stuff. It's really good TV. It's really good entertainment. All right, maybe I'll go back. The reason I actually went back and watched, okay, this is so random. The reason why I actually went back and watched House Party originally was because I was singing that Luther Vandross song. I said Luther Jackson. Luther Vandross song in my head.
Say, who the fuck is Luther Jackson?
Right. House party, like whatever, it was Bad Boy or something. I just remember the song. And I was like, oh. And then I went back and watched the movie and I was like, yo, this is such a dope movie. Like not even like the dance scene and the party scene, which is
and that's the reason why I watched Couples Retreat, because of AJ Johnson, because I watched her in House Party.
Just like the scenes and like I wonder how much of that was scripted and how much they were just like, all right, you're in the cafeteria, say, this, say whatever you would say, right? Because some of that stuff, it'd be like, whatever is culturally like sound at the moment. Like I have to think that like Juice wasn't scripted like that. I gotta go back and watch Juice, y'all. I have to think that like Tupac.
There was some parts that
all of them were there and they were over apps and they were just like, say it how you would say it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I just know that because you felt it, because it was like that flat. Like it was like, oh, this is like what's happening now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think somebody talked about how Tupac acted in one of the things. Like they said it wasn't a part of the film. But I gotta go back and look and see. But yeah, I can see that. Like
so I think House Party took on some of that too.
So that's interesting because I never really watched stuff back from the perspective of, oh, let me watch this again, because I was in a different
you were in a different zone back then.
Mindset and everything. So
even watching like old sitcoms and stuff. So I watched that. I didn't watch Friday. I watched something like that though. I watched like House Party, and then I watched
Did you know there was a House Party 4?
With the LeBron James house or something like that.
I didn't watch it, but I didn't watch it. Why? I don't need that. But
I mean,
I guess I was being biased or whatever.
What else was I watching back then? Because it was like a couple months ago. Anyway, I'm breaking this.
She said, okay, Erica Minna asked, like, that's why I watched that whole movie. But Jay said that this is what she copied and pasted. Fashion Nova is the biggest one we've ever seen. 50% off everything. See, I'm going to have to go look and check that out. Semi-annual still starts now. Yes, see. So, like, that is the thing. So, like, we get emails from regular people that we frequent, but you get irritated when it's somebody that you feel scammy energy from.
For sure.
So,
for sure. But even when I order something from Fashion Nova or Shein,
Fashion Nova,
here's the thing: if I'm being really honest,
yeah, look at that. Our semi-annual sale starts now. Yes, it's that big, and then up here they had the emote. Like that's really crazy. Okay,
look, I almost didn't even notice it.
Oh my God!
Go back over, let me see the biggest one we've ever seen.
The biggest one we've ever seen with the fucking eggplant emoji.
You know what's funny? I wouldn't have ever even noticed it.
And they're like, yeah, it's that big. No, you would have noticed it. I feel like you would have noticed it before me.
Wow.
Yeah, well, what are they? I be thinking about that.
You know what? I bet their sales went up
when she had to do it. When I see commercials or something like that, I be thinking, who was in the market? Who was in the boardroom when they pitched this? And how did they pitch this? We're just going to put an eggplant up there. And old man Bob in the corner was like, what does the eggplant mean? He told him does somebody want to tell him?
I watch commercials.
Like, who was approving it?
I watch commercials with that in my mind. Like, somebody designed this. Somebody picked this color. Somebody say, you should say this. You know what I'm saying? Anytime an eggplant comes through my phone, I perk up, baby. From a store, please. Yes. Listen, I think it's so
my God.
It's to the point now where headlines are no longer subliminal.
Are you serious?
Because we are so hard to get attention from. So they will just try anything, and it's just like I'm
about to start going through my emails tonight
in my phone and not even think like, oh, that's an eggplant, that's sexually suggestive, but just think like, wow, let me click on this because something in my brain, like, you know what I'm saying, has navigated
a lot
over
of it
here.
Is psychological too.
Yeah.
I'm about to go through my email tonight.
I didn't even notice it really when she put it up there. I was like, oh, that's.
I know I had to go back and click on it.
She said
they had another one where they mentioned being flued out too. I'm gonna have to go through my email tonight and see, because they do try to put stuff in there to make you be like, "Oh, let me click on this."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
talking about?
So now they start doing stuff like, "Hey, Demeter," or "What's up, Demeter?" You know what I'm saying? It's like it's supposed to be somebody I know, but they've changed their greetings to that or whatever.
So that it'll catch your attention,
right? So anyway, so I don't know where we were going with that part.
Well, that's all. Listen, guys, we've had a great time with you tonight. We knew we were going to have a lot to say. These conversations are just beginning, even though we said a lot. We're going to come back and have more to say even.
Yeah, because apparently Simone is going live, or I don't know if she's going live on Girl That's Legal, and she's supposed to be breaking down Tasha K's bankruptcies and stuff like that, because Tasha K decided to think she was reading her in her Instagram comments today. So we're going to look forward to that tomorrow. We'll know what's going on. I mean, there's probably going to be some other stuff to come out about this submarine thing, because I know a lot of people got a bunch of different angles to look at that on.
Oh what my God. I was just looking at the other comment. No, I just want to thank y'all again for just coming out and supporting us. And there's so many other things that we're going to talk about that we wanted to talk about this week, but we had to talk about the current news. So
did you see that?
Peep this one. Fashion Nova, free one-day shipping, get it tomorrow. Got a man. Oh my God, that's an airplane. Shop V-Day, need a man. Shop game day. Think men ain't shit. Oh, that's an exclamation.
They actually...
No, it's an exclamation. They can't cuss.
I was about to say, but still it gets across.
Hurry. Must order by 3 p.m.
Who is making these
scams? See, they trying to get you to rush.
Oh, God.
I'm joking. Like
who put that in there? Whose idea is it? Who is? I'm gonna look.
I feel like they just be. This is where we are in our society where only stuff like that.
Because they wouldn't be trying to appeal to us necessarily.
Only stuff like
that.
They're
trying to appeal to the young attention.
Like when you see something like that,
I'm shocked on it with my old ass.
Look, I will not lie.
Fashion Nova
I'm not
way
going to lie. If I saw that, I would click on it.
I would click on it to see what the hell
are y'all talking about.
But now I feel like the old aunties from back in the day when we was like, we like, what the hell is going on?
What in the hell is going on over here?
Listen. Listen. They're doing that, so why wouldn't people who are selling some shit be just as annoying sometimes or whatever? It's just that we don't have an emotional connection to these people who are like, buy my course, buy my course, buy my course. But when Fashion Nova come, we like, wait a minute, let me see what they offering over here. What do they have on here, right?
I need a shirt or a dress or something.
Yes. But shout out to y'all for riding with us tonight. Shout out to the Playlist Jane. If y'all are not following the Playlist Jane, make sure you follow her. Mocha Mima also has a channel, so definitely follow her. Mod Afro Mama, who was also in the building. Follow her for reality TV reviews and unpopular opinions. She is the undisputed African queen. Check Mod Afro Mama out, okay? If I missed anybody, please charge it to my head and not my heart.
Aww.
We are going to see you guys in the next video, but like I said, tomorrow I have a video coming out about some movies on Tubi. If you have some suggestions, get them in the comments below. If you're a woman who is stuck trying to figure out, I need to work out, but I know I should be working out, but I haven't worked out, and you need a little bit of work in your mindset, you need a beginner exercise, follow me on By Demeanor Joe. It's my other YouTube channel that I'm building, but you can also follow me on Instagram and see if I can help you out, okay? I'm about to get out of here for tonight. I'm about to have dinner with my lovely sister. And we're going to see you guys in the next video. Peace, everybody. Peace.